It's a neighborhood brawl in Lexington, South Carolina as Riverbluff visits White Knoll on the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week right now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Riverbluff Gators taking on White Knoll Timberwolves. Stacy Huff here in the booth with you, and I'm joined by my broadcast partner, Joe Cashin. And Joe, Pelham used to be the new guy on the block. Coach Pelham at White Knoll. Now Perry Parks, his first year at Riverbluff. Backyard brawl, this should be a good one.
It should be. We are at a place called The Bank, Stacy, and it's open after hours here tonight for this region matchup. Hard to believe this starts the second half of our broadcast schedule. It is a good one here tonight. Riverbluff versus White Knoll. White Knoll's won their last four since an opening loss. Riverbluff's won two in a row. Should be a good region battle.
With that being said, a lot of anticipation, a lot of talent we on the field. Let's get to some of that talent right now. Brought to you by Michaelis Mattress. Our players to watch. Let's begin with the Gators of Riverbluff.
For the Riverbluff Gators, running back Hayden Myers, he is a senior, and Perry Parks, his head coach, says he's an old-school running back. Nothing physical about him, nothing flashy. Rather, he is a physical running back. 714 yards. You can see it right there on the season. Averages over 6 yards a carry and 3 touchdowns on the year. Over on the defensive side of the ball, they are led by defensive lineman senior Mason Stewart. He has 23 tackles this season, 9 for loss, 4 sacks. Coach Parks says he has improved all year long. He, too, is a physical player. He loves to control the gaps to help his linebackers out. This Riverbluff defense will be tested tonight against a good White Knoll offense.
Speaking of White Knoll, let's look at the players to watch for White Knoll, brought to you by Michaelis Mattress.
It'll start with Tyon Fanning, the junior running back. Last week in the 40-0 win over Fort Dorchester, 9 carries, 151 yards. Look at that average. You want to talk about something that pops? 16.8 yards per carry last week. Tyon Fanning leads a powerful Timberwolves running attack. Over on the defensive side of the ball, it's all everything Caleb Geronimi, the senior defensive back. He is committed to Richmond. He is a north-south player. And you want to talk about a guy who's fast, who's physical, who makes plays all over the place. He's smiling right there. He hopes to be smiling after this game tonight after making a bunch of plays for his team, White Knoll.
A lot of personality, a lot of talents on both teams. Oh, these kids can fly around. We look forward to seeing them. Brought to you by Michaelis Mattress, our players to watch. Now, our Blue Cross Blue Shield keys to the game. Let's begin with Riverbluff.
If you're Riverbluff, you got to value the football tonight, limit turnovers on offense. Defensively, you want to get timely stops, get 3 downs and out if you can. If you're White Knoll, don't get frustrated on offense. Stay patient. You want to mix the run of the pass well. Over on the defensive side of the ball, be prepared for Riverbluff. They may go quick tempo tonight, and you also don't want to get beat deep.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be an exciting matchup. We're excited about it. That's our Blue Cross Blue Shield keys to the game. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin up in the press box. Claire Foley on the sideline doing great work as always. It's the FNR Game of the Week coming up next.
The National Desk. Context and perspective from America's news now.
Am I getting a dose of toxic chemicals just by eating this food?
Follow-up investigative reports from the National Desk.
The connection to China and our food supply.
Choose America's news now, each weeknight from the National Desk.
The National Desk Weekend Edition, tonight at 12:30 a.m.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Oh yeah, it's where the ballers meet.
The #1 pick in 2008, a champion with every team she's played for, Candace Parker. Now she's got a new role.
Does this stay on?
She's a national champion, 5-time gold medalist, the #1 draft pick, and Rookie of the Year, Aaliyah Boston. 2 generations, 1 podcast.
I don't know what's going to happen today. Our show is definitely going to be honest, I'll tell you that.
Post Moves, new episodes every Wednesday.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophy since 1976.
We're moments away from kickoff here on the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up top here in Lexington, Riverbluff. White Knoll about to square off. Let's go down to Claire Foley on the sideline first. Claire.
Well, guys, it's actually the second time this week that Riverbluff and White Knoll have met. On Saturday, the Gator Band took the top spot in White Knoll's Silver Invitational, and the football team will look to do the same here tonight. Head coach Perry Parks and his 3-2 squad are still looking for what he calls a signature win in his first year with the program. I asked him what that looks like, and he says beating a team that no one expects them to do, and that's what they're going to try to do tonight against a 4-1 White Knoll team that's been in the playoffs the last 3 seasons.
Thank you, Claire. Claire Foley, Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin back in the press box. Folks, we're about set for kickoff. White Knoll in the blue, kicking off right to left on your TV screen to the Gators of Riverbluff in the white jerseys, gold pants, if you will, white helmets. The Will Look Great Opportunity School kickoff has been received at the 10-yard line, and back comes Riverbluff for the return here, and a sea of blue engulfs the runner about the 21-yard line. Will Look Great Opportunity School, folks, our kickoff sponsor for over 100 years. They've been helping students build a better future. And we'll get you the starting lineups coming up here shortly. Stewart Law Offices brings you our starting lineups. 25 years protecting the rights of the injured. Visit stewartlawoffices.net today. The atmosphere is good in here, Joe. The crowd is good. The atmosphere is a little electric.
Good crowd for both teams. Of course, we are sitting on the visiting side, so we'll have the Riverbluff contingent in front of us tonight.
Yeah, they travel pretty well. But it's 9.5 miles between the two schools, so not a long trip. One back in the backfield. That is Hayden Myers. We talked about him. Braden Moore looks up top. He has a man. I talked before the game. They're going to go up top as often as possible. Parks like to go downfield. Pass intended for number 5. Kingston Dunn, incomplete. A shot play out the gate, Joe.
You can't throw a better ball than Braden Moore.
Stewart Law Office's Riverbluff lineup. Braden Moore just threw out when Myers, the running back, pitched the tight end. Wide receivers Carter, the transfer from Ridgeview. Barreneau, Dunn, O-line, Kirillo, Hudgens, Burnt, Sessions, and Cowart paving the way. This offense trying to get clicking. That was actually a penalty on that first play as well. 5 yards. Looks like on that play. Ball will be at the 17.
So if there had been a completion, obviously it would have gone for naught, but looks like White Knoll's going to decline this penalty, though, and then march
moved it back.
And then back.
So you were in the military. You know a little bit about forward march.
Do some drill and ceremony right there, some DNC right there. Marching back, marching forward.
Second play of the game. Myers hit nowhere. Nada Nuka. What a surge up front by White Knoll, led by number 29 up front there, Joe Keaton Bennett.
It's a good White Knoll defense. You see them right there. They've won 4 in a row, and a lot of it because they've been good on defense, and here they are.
Yeah, that defense, we'll show you who's out there for those folks after the snap. We talked before the game, just standing around talking. I said, Perry Parks wants to come out and go fast. He wants a fast break. And actually, White Knoll was prepared. They're prepared for that. They're getting right to the line of scrimmage and trying to snap it quick. Braden Moore is going to give this time. Look, counter play to Myers, and blue shirts around him, trying to get to the outside. Got tripped up. He's going to go down about the 25-yard line, but they had it diagnosed. Slow developing play, Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say, Stacey, that was a slow developing play right there, and it took a long time to get going.
There's a White Knoll defense brought to you by Stewart Law Offices. Ferguson, Mpumbu, and Rice, the D-line linebackers. Davis, Isiki, Chisholm, and Griffin. Defensive back Smith, Tomlin, Geronimo we talked about, and Chu. Geronimo's been around a long time in this program. Had an older brother that played as well. And they forced a punt just like that. Big stop to start the game for White Knoll. And that ball's going to check up at the 49-yard line, so the field position early goes to White Knoll. And, we talked about, again, we prepping for the week, and the talk has been White Knoll. They played for a chip, Joe, 2 years ago. Lost to Dutch Fork, the White Knoll offense right there. We get to the moment. Jace McKeever, the quarterback. Tyon Fang, a very impressive running back there, number 3. Day is the tight end. Receivers are Ware, Pryor, and Keith. The O-line, Weston, Quesada, Kress, Gates, and Vidal. big up front. White Knoll is typically big on the offensive line. They're that way again this year. 4 wide receivers in this formation. Empty backfield, Joe. Start the ball game. J.S. McKeever's going to take it, and his pop pass. Nice chunk gain that time. That's going to be a first down. Caught that time by the receiver, Joe, Tyler Brown.
And he's just in the slot lined up on the left, and White Knoll will go fast here, but just hitting coming down the seam.
That's a Riverbluff defense. Minor, Stewart, Manley, and Montalvo. Linebackers, Robinson, Zuniga, Hufsteller. Defensive back, Renrick, he's a good one. Pinckney, Grady, and Washington for Riverbluff. Stewart Law Offices brings you the starting lineups. They're going fast. We're trying to get it all in, folks. There was an MUSC first down. Our first down of the game, and it's for White Knoll. McKeever's going to keep it up the middle. Strong run, and just carried a tackler with him. That was 43. Dragging him down there for Riverbluff. Give that man some credit. That was Preston Minor, Joe.
Well, you see McKeever's strength, though. I mean, he took Minor for a ride right there. Should charge him for that one right there. He picks up 7 on first down.
Yeah, definitely got to charge him some ride share fees on that. That's Coach Perry Parks on your screen right there. His 3-2 record, 59-48, 10 seasons. He spent a lot of time at Ridgeview, was at Lakewood before that. Coastal Carolina alum. You were familiar with him as the play-by-play voice down there. Had a great career at Coastal. Spent some time recently in UNC Charlotte, and then down at Coastal as an assistant before coming to Riverbluff. And he's a well-respected coach in the area. Man in motion, and they're going to take it to the air. McKeever tries to throw it out to the sideline, and what a hit. Big pop that time on the stop for Riverbluff by number 34, Jairee Grady, Joe.
Well, they wanted J.J. Keith. Well, you don't see him come in orbit motion, but he came in orbit motion back towards the formation. Wanted the wheel route to him, and by the time he got the ball out there to the wide receiver, Riverbluff had already had that diagnosed.
That hit was not a good time for J.J.
No, it was not. No, not a good time. There you go.
Scratching and surviving. It's going to bring up third down. It's not long now. Third and about 3, Joe. A lot of movement, a lot of pre-snap signals coming in from the White Knoll sideline. McKeever has a back beside him. Fanning. He's going to pitch it to Fanning, and he shook off a would-be tackler. That's going to be the difference between a first down and not. He made the first man miss. Tygon Fanning, the talented junior back, gets a first down. MUSC first down for White Knoll.
Got to wrap up if you're Riverbluff. You had that play smelled out, diagnosed, had it stopped for a loss, but they were able to break out of that tackle, pick up a first down.
There's Nick Pelham right there on your screen, a Michigan native. Assistant coach time at Dutch Fork twice. Richard Northeast. Westwood is an assistant. His 5th year at White Knoll. Turned this program around in about 4 years and had him in a state title game in 2023. Man in motion. Tight end in motion for White Knoll on first down. McKeever rolling right, looking right. Well overthrown. Looking for that man again, number 10, J.J. Keith. Good pressure by Riverbluff, Joe.
Just rolled him out that time to the right. Had some time to throw it, but just wasn't able to make the connection. One guy that Nick Pelham's got helping him down there on the field, not officially an assistant coach, but the athletic director, Shane Fiddler, who used to be the head coach at Airport, took over here as the AD. He'll flash some signals every now and then as to what somebody's doing out there.
Absolutely.
To his guy, Nick Pelham.
And that's a nice pass right there. Sat down in that zone. That's a good route. Good throw, good catch. And that's going to move the sticks one more time inside the Jim Hudson red zone. White Knoll is now in. We got a player with a shoe off over there.
This is the first play from scrimmage, but they run it to the right side this time. He put trips to the right side over there and just hit the guy in the slot. First down.
MUSC first down and a Jim Hudson red zone play, and they're snapping it quick themselves. Not a lot of room. White jerseys all over the place. They had a team meeting in the backfield that time. Jim Hudson red zone experienced it once, and you'll never forget, but that play was blown up early by 43. Minor's been active early.
Minor has been active early. He's a good player, defensive lineman, just a junior. A lot of juniors and sophomores on this team for Coach Perry Parks.
Yes.
Talked to him this week. He said it's going to be a little bit of a rebuild. Young team this season, only 11 seniors.
Promising for the future, though. They're 3-2 with coming here trying to. This will be a minor upset tonight. White Knoll was second down and long. They've had motion most plays. A man in motion again on this play. Motion man that time was 28. Tyler Brown is in the slot now. And McKeever's gonna run it again. Had a room up the middle, gap inside the 5-yard line. I believe it's gonna be first and goal for White Knoll. Another MUSC first down. That play up the middle, that's twice they've gone to it with success. J.S. McKeever.
You see the speed of McKeever too. He hit that seam in a hurry. Credit Weston, Vidal, Gates, Quesada, and Kress up there, the offensive line for the Timberwolves. They did a nice job of creating some space. Jensen Johnson's also in there right now.
Yeah, they're kind of having their way on the ground, Joe.
Jaden Johnson, the senior offensive lineman.
They've dropped the sticks over there, so it's going to be first and goal to go. J.S. McKeever, good size on him as a junior. He's going to keep it again, and they knew it was coming. White jerseys everywhere. Shut it down like a fire marshal at a frat house party, Joe.
There you go, number 28 in there. That's Javier Zuniga, linebacker, just a sophomore. Another young player you see right there.
Yes.
He gets to it first. I actually give credit to Reese Hofstedler. He was there. Zuniga was also in on the stop. Ridgeview, or Riverbluff rather. Riverbluff's got a bow up right here, Stacy.
Fast moving quarter. We heading to the 6-minute mark. Second possession of the game. First for White Knoll. Riverbluff trying to make a stand. He got gashed on a couple plays. Tyon Fanning, again, makes the first man miss. Still driving his legs, Joe. He's at the goal line. Everything but he refused to go down with that first hit.
That's just power running right there, Stacy. Again, Riverbluff's got him stopped for little to no gain. You see it right here. Takes the handoff, goes to the right, and just kind of runs through the first tackler right here. He's just able to power his way through there. That's just strength right there, getting as close to the goal line as he did.
That's want to, man, right there. Only a junior. He's been playing since his freshman year out here. We had him on our air a couple years ago as a freshman. Ain't looked good. Only gotten bigger and stronger, which we knew he would.
He's taking more than 5 minutes off the clock on this drive. This only started at the 49-yard line, too, so they have not had a long field to traverse, but over 5 minutes on this march so far.
We're going with traverse early, huh? We're bringing out traverse?
Traversing.
Okay, I see you're traversing. I love it. Matriculating. Fanning, the handoff is a little sloppy, but he's going to get in, I believe. Hands to the sky, strike up. The White Knoll fights on. Timberwolves on the board first. And our SCDC end zone. SCDC touchdown, Tyon Fanning. Joe, talk about it.
See it right here. Just power football. Just take the handoff. He's just going straight up the middle again. We mentioned those offensive linemen a couple of plays ago for the Timberwolves. They just moved the Riverbluff defense back at the first points of the game on the board for the Timberwolves.
Setting up for the extra point now. And for the extra point, number 39 for White Knoll. He is a junior, Braden Briscoe. And up and good. We'll step away. White Knoll, their first possession, take the 7-0 lead over Riverbluff on the FNR Game of the Week.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Beautiful weather in Lexington, South Cat. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley here on the call with you. 7-0, White Knoll over Riverbluff in a neighborhood brawl, folks. And we want to give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. Shout out to my son Staten, who's a National Guardsman. The man to my right, the legendary Joe Cashin.
Where's that guy?
Recently retired after, 30 years of service?
33, yeah.
33, excuse me, in the National Guard. Thank all of y'all who serve for your service, everyone. Will Lou Gray Opportunity School kickoff coming up. Second kickoff of the game. White Knoll, who started the game with the kickoff, kicking off right to left. Will Lou Gray, 100 years, folks. They've been helping students build a better future. Our kickoff sponsor in Riverbluff to receive, going left to right. And they let it hit the ground. A no-no on a kickoff. Corralled in and now has some daylight. Chopped down at about the 26-yard line. That was Number 7 in white for you folks, that's Caleb Renwick. We'll call his name a lot tonight.
And Stacy, that White Knoll scoring drive, 10 plays, 51 yards, 5:46 off the clock. Tyon Fanning scoring from a yard out. He was one of our players to watch in the opening. Had 17 yards per carry last week in the win over Fort Dorchester.
That's obscene.
Obscene is a good word for that.
That's obnoxious.
That is ridiculous. And he scores the first points tonight. And I tell you what, White Knoll almost overran that kickoff.
Yes, because of that ball hit the ground. He get back
exactly.
there. Yeah, but that's dangerous. You got to catch that kickoff. It's a live ball. Riverbluff trying to answer. Moore, the junior quarterback, takes the snap. And this is the workhorse, Hayden Myers, the running back. He has some traction. This kid runs hard, physical back, and that's going to be a first down. That's going to be a MUSC first down for Riverbluff, their first of the ball game. And Hayden Myers, we talked about him, Joe. Here it is.
He got good running room, little zone off the right side here. He gets good blocking at the point of attack, make the first man miss, stepped out of that tackle. He's able to pick up 11 in the first down of the night for Riverbluff.
MUSC, our first down sponsor in the first half. MUSC is proud to call the Midlands home. Ball's at the 38-yard line. White Knoll trying to get another stop. And there it is, that penetration up front. They're stout up front, Joe. That's going to be no gain on the play. Their defense has been the hallmark of this Nick Pelham era here.
Keaton Bennett was right there. He was the first in on the stop. You see him right there, number 29, good linebacker, good size too.
Yeah, he says, my name is Bennett, and I'm all up in it. Ball's at the 40. They gave him a 2-yard gain on that. That's a good spot. But Bennett was reading their mail. He got that handoff almost with the back that time. That snap was coming back a little slow. More. That's Darius Carter, the young man who will be their deep threat. He also catches it short. That's the Ridgeview transfer. Darius Carter, Jr. He has a lot of mid-major offers right now.
You talked to Perry Parks as I did this week.
Yes.
If they need a big play, number 3 is who they're looking for.
Yes, he has a great highlight reel. He had a big sophomore year at Ridgeview last year. That's a movement early there.
Approachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Speaking of which, let me give that's my guy right there, Jonathan Marfray, the official, the white hat line, guy I've been on a long time. His son Aiden, I coached in AAU. I'll give you the referees' names after this play, Joe, but it's a good crew we have working tonight. That snap is coming back a little slow, Joe. And that's again Bennett. And he brings some buddies with him this time. It's 4 blue jerseys on Hayden Myers. Let's see if we get those other guys some love. 8 was in there at the party. Jamari Davis. There's a couple other guys in there. They're gang tackling.
Well, Bennett did a good job not to get tackled for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. Just lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'll give you those referees' names in a moment. They're snapping so quick out here. But at least they get into the line of scrimmage quickly. They can snap at any time. Moore's going to go to the air, looking right. Double coverage over there. You know what? Geronimo knocked it out of his own man's hand. That was going to be intercepted by Marquise Wynn. Geronimo didn't know, and instinctively he put his right hand up, Joe, and he defended his own man. Watch this.
You just described it, Stacy. I mean, he tries the whole shot here to this near side. You see Geronimo, he gets up there, knocks it away. The safety behind him, number 6 back there, Marquise Wynn, has got it dead to rights. That's a pick. But
that's a break for Riverbluff.
That's a massive break. That ball should never have been thrown. They are fortunate to get it back.
Joe, he had room down the sideline, too. That could have been a big return. There was nobody on this side of the field. Moore over the middle, threw it behind Carter. He was open, threw it behind him. The referee tonight is Jonathan Marfray. Umpire is James Stutz. The linesman is Wyman Pope. Line judge is Ricky Moy. And the back judge is Randy Flack. Again, I was talking about Jonathan Marfray. His son Aiden went to College of Charleston, became a student manager. He's now an assistant coach at Oak Hill Academy, a prestigious basketball prep school. And shout out to Aiden, young man who I got to know growing up, playing some AAU basketball. So Jonathan and that crew is going to do good. We hope we don't hear too much from the referees tonight, though, or the officials. High punt. Geronimo came up to the 22-yard line and caught that, and we're going to step away. White Knoll with the football up 7-0 over Riverbluff on the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week.
Let's go, defense!
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
Welcome back inside, folks. The Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week now in our 11th season. Riverbluff trailing 7-0, and the band played on. Smells Like Teen Spirit here in Lexington. Two schools separated by 9.5 miles, Joe. Shotgun snap. Fanning up the middle. They've had room up the middle all night. Spinning, twisting. What a nice gash opened up by the O-line, and good running by Fanning, Joe.
Again, featured in our opening, you see the vision right here by Fanning. He takes the handoff, you see it right there, and he just reads his blockers so well. Steps through that gap right there, makes that first man, just shakes him off, runs over another would-be tackler, moves the chains.
MUSC first down for White Knoll. MUSC proud to call the Midlands home. They had Riverbluff on roller skates in that running game. 3 men in the formation. They're going to keep it on the ground, and why not? Fanning, again, never knocked back. Contact made at the 41. He falls to about the 43-yard line. That's a decent gain.
Well, you just said something that's awfully key. You never knocked back. Always be moving forward. If you do that, you're going to pick up positive yardage. He picks up almost 5 right there. And you just look at this White Knoll offensive front, Stacy. These are big guys up there. And even when I was meeting with Coach Parks before the game, he said, look out there. They look a little different than us. Talking about their size. And this is kind of one of those things he was alluding to.
Look at the back they're bringing off the bench. Number 22, he's got good size as well. Jordan Keith. He moves to the left of. He's a solid-looking running back there besides McKeever. McKeever looked over the middle. He has the check down. Is the running back I just talked about. He lowers those pads and bounces forward. It's going to be close, Joe. It's going to be probably a half-yard short. It'll be third and very short for White Knoll. Look at that. He's a good-sized kid. That's the backup. He's a senior.
Well, that's a smart play by McKeever. He took a peek downfield, didn't see anything he liked, and he had his safety valve to the left of him. He checks it down, as you called it. Now it's third and very manageable here.
Yeah, he didn't get the spot I thought he got. It might be a little more than a yard. Either way, they keep it on the ground. Why not? And there it is. Jordan Keith, just knocking over people, stepping over people, just running hard with the high knees. MUSC first down for White Knoll, and they have the running game flowing right now.
They really are. Riverbluff's having a hard time tackling these bigger backs. You see it again right here. This is just not. This is nothing fancy about this. This is just power football up the middle. You only need a yard. He picks up close to 15 there. White Knoll on the march again.
MUSC first down. They're playing. Why not? Fanning getting some nice rest, and Jordan Keith, the senior, comes in and he's had some impressive plays. He's touched it 3 plays in a row. And he'll probably get a rest right now and bring Fanning back in.
Might be the last play of the quarter, too.
Yes, also that. Might as well. I don't know if they don't have to snap it. Play clock's at 30. Game clock's at 17. But they really got it going their way right now.
Looks like they will snap it one more time.
Yeah, McKeever is going to take it and roll right with it. Right-handed quarterback. He has a man open over there, and it's going to be a short game. But right at the sideline, he hit Tyler Brown, the sophomore, with 4.2 seconds left in the first quarter, Joe.
They'll snap it 2 more times.
Well, here it is, yeah.
I try to anticipate that as I'm watching the clock, and I probably shouldn't do that, but they're going to get one more play off here.
I think they're in rhythm right now. They're in such rhythm right now. They probably don't want to slow down on their own. The quarter's going to slow them down a little bit after this next play anyway, and Riverbluff might need that break. They really have them on roller skates right now real bad. That front of White Knoll dominating the game early. 3rd and 3. Riverbluff can get off the field with a stop right here, though. High snap, and he's going around the left side, stumbling and falling forward. First down, Jordan Keith, number 22. He's been featured most of this drive. It's going to be another MUSC first down for White Knoll, and that's going to end the first quarter. We'll step away from Lexington, South Cac. White Knoll, Riverbluff, FNR Game of the Week.
What makes Watch Fox local first?
Watch Fox News is local first because we tell the stories of the people.
From moments of joy to people achieving their dreams to moments of sorrow.
We have the privilege of telling your stories and also have the obligation of telling them correctly.
Tell them with grace.
And tell them with sensitivity.
It's not something that everyone gets the opportunity to do, and we take that responsibility seriously.
We put you first, which is what makes Watch Fox News local first.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan, what do you do? You gotta look off the safety before you...
When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
All we're here in the party known far and wide as the Sonic FNR High School Football Game of the Week. White Knoll 7, but driving over Riverbluff. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin in the press box. Claire Foley down on the sideline. K-Paz and Wyatt Miller and the folks in the truck doing a great job. All our camera folks will get on some love later on. It's a great time out here. About, as Joe said, about mid-season, Joe, and region players all around. And, you know, it's time. Teams got to make their moves now.
Yeah, because this is what will set you up for the postseason,
Yes.
right? How you finish in your region. Other factors involved as well, but I mean, you really want to be in that region race, battle for the championship.
Yes,
and
sir.
this is the opener in the conference for both of these teams. And right now, White Knoll got the better of it in the first 12 minutes.
Without a doubt. 12 on the clock as we start the second quarter, folks. The weather's perfect, in my opinion, for high school football. Fanning with a counter step. Went left, came back right, and dragged down. Played like it was going further than that. Good rally to the ball by Riverbluff. They got to find a way off the field right here, though, Joe.
Yeah, they do. They gave up a 51-yard drive, took over 5 minutes off the clock. White Knoll's first possession. This one also working on some time as well, more than 3 minutes now. And White Knoll trying to go up by 2 scores. That was a little counter step, as you called it, by Fanning, but Riverbluff did a good job to hold out to just 3 yards.
Just love to Jaden Johnson and those guys with the center. Coach Pelham told me he's key to that stretch running game. They run right there to center. 55 there. He's leading that charge. That line has played well. They're going to go left this time. McKeever, right-handed quarterback, throwing against his body in the traffic to Geronimi. I think he caught that, but was he inbounds? Hands to the sky. What a catch. Geronimi, he yelled. Strike up. The White Knoll fights on. What a play, Joe Cashin.
As he came from the sky saying, Geronimo, here's Geronimi. Look at this catch. I mean, the throw is right on the money. Lead.
Hey, we got to see that foot. I think he had a foot down. We didn't get the foot up. The referee loved it. That's beautiful. Laid out for it.
If you say so, Stacy, that was mighty close over there.
Laid out for it. The referees, they agreed.
Goodness gracious.
SCDC end zone right there. That was a beautiful play that time. Good throw by McKeever, rolling left. Extra point by Braden Briscoe is up and good. Hands to the sky. We'll step away. 14-0 White Knoll at home and on top.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Back at it, folks. You just witnessed White Knoll with a long 25-yard touchdown pass to keep it to Geronimo, folks. And during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. And the band played on. It's a good night. Friday night, no school tomorrow. You might know you're up 2 touchdowns and things are popping your way. That's Coach Perry Parks, the Coastal standout. Joe, you saw his whole career.
Sure did.
Coach, a good guy.
03 to 06.
Yeah. Joe Cashin, a long-time broadcaster for the Shots. Leo Lugray Opportunity School kickoff once again. All the kickoffs have been by White Knoll. The third of the ball game. Kicking off left to right on your screen. Riverbluff right to left. Gold trousers. Return across the 25. Still move, reverse field. Across, coming back this way, coming into your living room. 30. Across the 35 and hit. Still moving. That's a player with a lot of fight in him. Went across the field. That's number 2 in white, folks. Give that man some love. That is Caleb Pinckney, listed on your roster as an athlete. That was an athletic return.
It sure was. One of the few things that the Riverbluff faithful have had to cheer tonight when they've had the football. But going back to Caleb Geronimo, talking with Coach Parks this week, he was really concerned about the Richmond commit for White Knoll. He ran a route like he was going to the post, and then cut it to the outside. And well, what a great ball by McKeever to put it right on him for the score.
Yes, it was very impressive drive that time. And this young man, Hayden Myers, is having a tough time getting going. He runs so hard, though. Minimum gain that time. Let's go to the sideline to Claire Foley. What's up, Claire?
Guys, it's the start of region play for these two 5A teams where it just means more. And that's the comparison Riverbluff head coach Perry Parks had, saying, hey, this region is nicknamed the high school SEC for a reason, made up of other powerhouses in the state, including an undefeated Irmo team and Dutch Fork that's 3-1. Head coach for the Timberwolves, Nick Pelham, says it's great to play against such strong competition in region play because it prepares you for the playoffs. And that's exactly where his team has found itself each of the last 3 years.
Thank you, Claire. And as that was being said, big deflected catch by Hamp Pitts, the sophomore tight end. Take a look, Joe.
And Geronimo gets a hand on this ball. Actually, you see him tip it, but great dexterity right there. Great stick-to-itiveness. Hamp Pitts is able to keep his track on the football and make the catch.
That was a MUSC first down for Riverbluff, and they came to the line quick and got a gain of about 2 yards for their running back that time. And I mean, Hayden Myers having a tough time getting going there, but that was a great catch that time. And Moore, I mean, he gets it out of there pretty quick now. He got a pretty good arm on him. But Geronimo is all over the field. He catches a touchdown pass diving. He deflects a pass. He's even defended his own teammate on a pass play. He's everywhere. Little pistol formation this time. Myers behind Moore, and nowhere. Isiki on the tackle. Josue Isiki, the senior linebacker, North-South selection, number 5. Makes his first appearance in the ballgame. He'll be all over the field all night. Watch 5 here.
I'm not real sure about this. I mean, obviously, you had a busted play right there. I think he wanted to try to do an RPO right there, maybe hand that ball off. But he made the wrong move, with the running back did. No chance, Riverbluff there.
And Isiki was unblocked. He's 235 pounds and can run. North-South selection, as I mentioned, he'll play on Saturdays, and you got to block that kid no matter what's going on. Moore looking right, the lefty quarterback. He's getting flushed out of the pocket, folks, and blue jerseys all around him. And Bennett in it once again, number 29, and his buddies rally to the football once again, Joe.
That's just coverage downfield. I mean, Braden Moore had plenty of time to throw the football right there. Got a good pocket to start with, kind of moved around a little bit, had time to throw it, but just had nothing down the field. And well, eventually that pocket is going to collapse, and White Knoll got to him for the sack.
That busted play really set them back that time. They had a big pass play and a little momentum cooking there across midfield, and busted play, put it behind the sticks. And now a fumble, and it blocked. Taking off the foot of the opponent. First man couldn't pick it up, and now it's picked up. The second guy scoops it up. White Knoll is in business to do business, and number 8 finally got in there and scooped that thing up. That is Jamari Davis, the junior, with the scoop and recovery and scooping. Is going to try to get it to the house. Joe, talk about this.
Well, there's just all sorts of things that go wrong. First of all, the snap should have been fielded right there, and then by the time number 27, the punter Liam Flynn, gets a chance to kick it, then it's it almost looks like yakety sax out there.
Yes.
Who wants the football right there? Who's going to pick it up? But boy, White Knoll's able to get the punt block, and they get great field position.
Look at Rice, number 12. He thought he had it.
Yeah.
Kamel Rice. But I tell you what, you talk about in business to do business. Inside the 35-yard line, White Knoll up 2 touchdowns, and they're trying to come down here right now. McKeever with Fanning to his left. McKeever's going to roll left, toss it up, and he threw that one in coverage. That's a dangerous pass right there. He threw it inside, and the defender had the better position for that one. That was a dangerous pass, Joe.
It sure was. Thought White Knoll might take a shot to the end zone on first down. A little sudden change, big one kind of action right there. You hit somebody, get a big-time special teams play, get great field position. In this case, they have it at the plus 27. Go for the throat there.
I think you're going to see them. Since that play didn't work, you might go back to the 7-8-yard run gash plays, which is just as lethal, not as sudden. 8:02 on the second quarter clock, and you see from the end zone camera right there. And there they go, right back to the right side, and Fanning spins and twists. A nice chunk gain that time on second down, Joe. It's going to set them up for third and very manageable. A timeout's going to be called. Is there a penalty, or that we can't see it?
There's a penalty.
Yeah, on the other side of the field. We'll see what my man Jonathan Moffray, my old buddy, got for us on the mic.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
It's a Mountain West crew tonight here. Stacy?
I love it. I love it. Mountain West. That's Coach Pelham right there. He's coaching them up. He's got that coaching voice, right? When you talk to him, he's got that.
He does. He's done a great job to turn this program around, too. I mean, just a couple of years ago to the state championship game. Last year, they got the semifinals and lost to Irmo.
I always tell the story. When he got this first year, the seniors on that first-year team, he said he was going to put them up in the locker room and keep them up there forever. The seniors that didn't quit on him when he first got here, he said, they'll be the starting point for the rest of my career here, and we'll always pay homage to that senior class. So he actually framed them up, put them in the locker room, and that's how you start tradition. And 3 years later, he's in the state championship game, so he's doing it the right way. 2nd and 15 now. They'll go to the air. McKeever with that quarterback draw again. It's going to be a flag down, but they've had so much success with this play. This would have been enough for a first down, but it's probably coming back, Joe. The flag came out early.
Might be a bad formation again.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, McKeever's a handful of that. He's like a baby Cam Newton coming up the middle with that number 1 on, right? He announced the first down as well, but that flag came out. And we'll see. They're going to adjudicate this malfeasance, Joe.
There you go. You got 2 of them in one sentence. That's pretty good.
I'm smoking right now.
You are on fire.
Absolutely.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
And you nailed it. That flag came out so early. It had to be something at the snap. So you're right. They lined up improper. And that's something that, I'll tell you what, Coach Pelham's not going to like that. Man, there he is on your screen right there.
You take over in great field position, and now 2 penalties have backed you up, you know. I mean, just got to get your alignment right. Got to figure that out. I mean, that's kind of, early fall camp football kind of stuff you got to get ironed out.
Coach Pelham did the thing that a lot of coaches do. They say, who was it? So, he said, somebody may run some extra sprints. You got to know who you're going to talk to, give a good talking to. He's like, who was that? 2nd and a long-distance phone call now for White Knoll, and McKeever's going to set up the screen. Has a man with the blockers in front. He makes the cut. Down the sideline. This is going. Touchdown, White Knoll. Strike up the White Knoll fight song. Brandon Griffin takes it to the house. SCDC touchdown, Timberwolves.
Well, who's worried about a couple of illegal formation penalties, right? When you can just flip a screen out there. And did you see the wall of blockers in front of the receiver that time? Brandon Griffin, look at the convoy out in front of him. And watch him play off this block right there. Boom.
Beautiful.
He cuts it back to the inside right there, played off that block. He knew which way to go, and he takes it to the house. 37 yards for the touchdown, and White Knoll has it all going their way.
That's well coached, Joe.
Yep.
The Riverbluff. That's well coached, well designed, and props to the blockers out there. And Braden Briscoe gets it through, hands to the sky. 21-0 White Knoll all over Riverbluff at home. Second quarter action in our game of the week. Stay with us.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, a Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled phone. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Start Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday.
Rocco back in Iowa State. Take on Iowa in the Cy-Hawk Series. It's Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Saturday on Watch Fox.
Urban Meyer.
Football's a way of life.
Mark Ingram II.
You know what I mean?
And Rob Stone team up for football talk that hits harder than game day. The Triple Option, presented by Wendy's.
Having a ball here in Lexington, Riverbluff visiting White Knoll, 9.5 miles apart. Neighborhood rivalry, and we want to give a special thanks to the South Carolina Army National Guard folks for recognizing our scholar athletes each week. We'll introduce you to this week's nominees coming up at halftime. I always look forward to that feature. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, the National Guardsman himself up here, and of course Claire Foley down on the sideline. And it is all White Knoll, Joe, and Riverbluff needs an answer like right now.
Yeah, this is make or break time, I think, for Perry Parks and his Riverbluff Gators.
Right there.
Yeah, you see him there. This is. You hate to say 6:51 to go first half. There's still a lot of football left, but I mean they really need some points here, down 3 scores.
And not only that, Joe, they don't need to give White Knoll the ball back for a lot of reasons. Kicking off left to right in the Will Luke Ray Opportunity School. Kickoff is White Knoll. Riverbluff receiving again for the 4th time in the ball game, receiving the kick. And this time, room on the sideline. Good return. They've had some good traction before on returns. They're just having a hard time moving the ball. Will Luke Ray, 100 years helping students build a better future. That's the same man again who had a pretty good return earlier for the Gators, Caleb Pinckney. Pinckney's a kid that plays both sides of the ball, returns kicks and plays on defense, of course, as well as a cornerback.
Yeah, those have been the most exciting plays for the Gators tonight.
Yeah. Perry Parks says he
After
can run
the play, personal foul
Okay.
by the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
A little bit of extra shenanigans on the sideline by White Knoll, and that's not good. They're giving Riverbluff their second best field possession of the ball game. They're at midfield right now, so Riverbluff they can capitalize off that momentum now with 6:42 left in the half. Two wide receivers to this sideline near us. Hayden Myers trying to find his way, just trying to pick his way, Joe, and he's just getting pounded. Gain of about 3, but they're hitting it, and they're laying wood in between those tackles.
You see White Knoll's yards come a whole lot easier than what you've seen Riverbluff tonight, particularly in the run game. And it's just like you're talking about, it's tough sledding for this Gators offense to try to get anything on track in the running game, while White Knoll just kind of dial up what they want. Riverbluff's got to get something going through the air if they're going to have a chance.
This man in near sideline there is 3 in white. Darius Carter, he's a speedster, track guy. They got to try to get him involved in the ball game. It's easier said than done, a lot of pressure. And there it is. They throw it to him right there. Bobbled, but caught. This is good. This is one. Trying to make people miss. Went down. That is going to be a first down. Good catch and run. Washington, number 1. That's an MUSC first down.
That's about a 17-yard pickup there. Moves the chains for the Gators, and it couldn't come at a better time. They have to get something out of this. When you start a possession at midfield, you've got to go get some points. They get a touchdown here, they get right back in this ball game. Plenty of time to go.
Injured player, Jamari Davis, number 8, who's been key in this ball game, and Coach Pelham told me on the phone the other day, he's key. And he keys on Myers and Spy as a quarterback as well. So that's interesting. 8 goes out. Let's see if he gets back in the ball game. Other than Bennett and some of these other guys, he's one of the key leaders on the defensive side. So first down for Moore and his offense at Riverbluff. Myers up the middle, trying the middle again. A lot of blue jerseys, man, just get knocked back. They're stout for White Knoll.
Just tough to get anything up the middle. Give credit there to Josue
Another flag. Too much talking going on after the plays, Joe. After the tackle, you saw the flag go up immediately in the scrum. Somebody's getting mouthy. So Jonathan Moffrey, our referee, has to say about it. White hat.
After the play, personal foul, defense. Half the distance penalty results in a first down.
That's 2 of them.
On this possession.
On this possession for White Knoll. Coach Pelham is going to not be happy with that. That takes him inside the Jim Hudson red zone as well.
The 5th penalty tonight for White Knoll, too.
Look at he is furious over there.
I would be too. You've got the game in hand in the middle of the second quarter. Not saying it's anywhere close to being over, but you have everything going in your way. You just don't want to do anything like this
unless you give it back.
to give the other team a chance to gain a foothold in this game.
You talking about you want a shutout, and you hurt your chances for a shutout in the first half, and you get a score here. Riverbluff's going to feel good coming to the locker room. That's a give to Myers. He some kind of way got out of the first grab, and he loses his helmet, gets knocked back, and there's another flag down, and it may be his participation after the helmet came off. We'll see, but the flag came during the play or afterwards. They're gonna
or perhaps a face mask if the helmet came off, which it obviously did.
Yeah. So they're gonna talk about it for a moment,
but it looks like they're walking back. Probably a holding call here.
Good.
Holding. Offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay second down.
What we learned there is always go with what Joe Cashin says first. That's what Joe Cashin said.
I'm just winging it, man. I'm just winging it.
Coach Parks, outstanding wide receiver at Coastal. He was a tough guy, I'm told, and he was a tough physical receiver for a small guy.
Yep, did a great job.
Done a good job as a coach, too. He really turned that Ridgeview program around when he was there.
Out of Sumter, South Carolina.
Absolutely. Sumter born and raised. Rolling left. Moore, nowhere to go. And you know who was he's back in. Jamari Davis didn't stay out with a couple plays. He went off the field earlier. Good to see him back in, but that kid flies around.
Moore's got to get rid of that football.
Got
to get rid of it. I mean, I think he had something down the field if he'll just pull the trigger, but he didn't. He got sacked in the process. And now all of a sudden, Riverbluff had a great opportunity, penalty and a sack.
This happened last time they got across midfield. Remember, they went backwards after that. So second down and 22 is what it says here. Yeah, Moore's got the kids. You got to give somebody a chance to make a play there at some point. Moore's going to give it to Hayden Myers, and just blue jerseys everywhere. Nowhere to go. They're having a team cookout over there. Now, did they hit him inbounds, out of bounds? We'll see. No flag, so everything looks clean.
There's not a lot of room over there between the boundary and the sideline and the stands over there. So I think that looked fairly clean over there. But again,
blue jerseys
just nowhere for Hayden Myers to go. I mean, like you call it. I mean, it was a team meeting back there.
I mean, they're just winning the trenches on both sides of the ball. 3:55 left to play in the half. And Riverbluff, it's 3rd and 22. I think I think it's 2 down territory anyway. I don't think
there's any question about it.
But you got to get some of it back right here. You don't want 4th and 22. You got to cut that down some for a 4th down play. You don't want to give White Knoll the ball back with 3 minutes left in the half. Moore is going to look over the middle. Looks left this time. He has Carter. Carter shoved Geronimo a little bit, but the ball got up on him kind of quick. Geronimo was in the area, but I don't mind it. You got to give this kid a chance to make a play down there.
Yeah, James Smith. Geronimo back there. You want Carter in the deep corner back there, the end zone. Just couldn't get it to him. And it looks like Riverbluff may be trying a field goal here. Looks like
that is strong. That from right there, that's a 53-yard field goal. That's a 53-yarder. Add 17 to that. 52, 52, 53.
Well, they're going to put it down at the 36. So this is going to be a
53-yard field goal.
46.
46?
46. Yep.
You had 17, don't you?
Well, it's spotted at the 36, so you add 10 to the 36.
17. Oh, you're right. You say, wait a spot. My bad. I was thinking about the line of scrimmage. My bad, Jeff. From the line of scrimmage, it's 17, 10 from there. Either way, that's a long field goal for high school.
But it's going to be a closer one.
Still 4th down.
Yeah, we had a ciphering miscommunication. That's my bad. I was trying to cipher with you. I always go 17 from the line of scrimmage. You're right. 10 from the spot. Right.
I'm looking from the spot.
We have 2 different ways to factor that in. And again, go with Joe Cashin. That's the lesson we learned today. That's Joe. If he makes this, even with the 5 yards, even
now
now,
he had the leg for that right there.
High
even
school,
though they didn't, obviously didn't count it with the penalty, but I mean, he had the leg for that. Now you go from 46 to 41. This is very doable.
Over the years, I have not seen a lot of high school kids making them 45 or more. Everyone I did kicked in college. Every one of them I saw do it that got a scholarship to kick somewhere. So trying to crack the scoreboard at Riverbluff, in for the field goal. Liam Flynn. As a flag down again. This one may be on Riverbluff. They may give the 5 yards back, but strong leg though.
The leg is there. The distance is there. It's just a matter of when when he's going to get a chance to do it officially.
We might be here. It might be my morning.
Before the snap, disconcerting signals, defense. 5-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
They gave him 5 more.
That's my favorite penalty. The disconcerting signals right there.
I feel disconcerted sometimes.
I do too.
Yeah. And that, to break it down for the audience, that's either simulating a snap count or doing some kind of gesture to try to distract.
Trying to get him to snap the ball.
Yeah, trying to look trickeration.
A little chicanery up there.
Chicanery. Tomfoolery, if you will, all that. I like chicanery is one of those words I think needs to be used more.
So now this
do the Sarford. How long is this one, Joe?
36 yards.
Thank you, Joe Cashin. Joe, you can outcipher me, man. Naught plus naught is double naught. Liam Flynn, number 27, is going to put right foot to leather. And he, again, the distance, that's good. He had room to spare. Liam Flynn from way back puts Riverbluff on the board, 21-3, the sophomore, big leg. Take a look, Joe.
Yeah, and
boy,
again, the leg, we knew the leg was good enough on the,
wow.
I mean, this is officially 36 yards. It goes right over our tower right there, our camera tower. But, yeah, it's good that, Riverbluff needed points out of that, Stacy. I mean, they took over the ball at midfield after the kickoff return and then the penalty that resulted off of that. You take over at midfield, you got to get something. Makes them feel, pretty good now that you've got 3:14 left here in the half. A chance to maybe get the ball back, too. And they'll get it to start the second half as well. So
Flannel, he's just wearing some pants out there. There's a lot of pads going on there. But tell you what, that's a weapon. So you got a guy with a leg like that in high school football, that is a weapon. You see so many games in high school, especially decided by, missed extra points or going for 2 because you can't kick it. And, you throw your scoring schedule off. This guy can get you on the scoreboard from 30, 40 yards out. That is something that Perry Parks can build on. Will Luger opportunity school kickoff coming up. First time.
You talking about the pants these kids are. Talking about the pants these kids are wearing. I mean, you see these days. I mean, they don't even go. Some of these guys don't even wear pants down past their knees. They almost feel like jogging shorts.
Exactly, jogging shorts. and his don't have pads in them. Don't have no knee pads in them.
No, nothing. Just like they're like pants that you put on.
Long shorts.
Yeah, I'm like you could go for a run or something.
I tell you what, this kid is a 10th grader. I hate to assume that he's on the soccer team, but I might leap to that assumption. If not, maybe he should be. That's a powerful leg, though. First time Riverbluff has kicked off this ball game. Right to left, Will Luger opportunity to go kick off. There's that leg, and it's gonna
about 9 yards deep.
Yep, go through the end zone, and White Knoll will take over. 3:14 is a lot of time, though.
I said that Riverbluff would have it coming out. That's actually need to correct that. White Knoll won the toss, so they'll have the ball first. Start the second half, and I mean that's why. Doubly important for Riverbluff to get some points there. They need to get a stop here. See if they can get a 3 downs and out like we talked about in the opening. One of their keys, get White Knoll off the field, get the ball back, and maybe try to get some more points before the end of the half.
Looks like I'm curious to see if they're going to keep it on the ground. 3:14 with the clock being stopped at first downs in high school ball. We'll see. They don't have to necessarily go to the air. We'll see how they approach this 3:14 here from White Knoll. Up 18 right now, 3 scores. Fanning cuts it up and got hit hard. Good job up front for Riverbluff. That was Josiah Robinson, number 24, the linebacker there with a big hit.
Just a sophomore, too. Again, a young team, this Riverbluff Gators football team, a young team. Robinson's able to fly up there And really, for one of the few times tonight, actually make first contact and get a guy on the ground right away.
Yeah, Fanning's done a good job of not letting the first man get him down. Still fell for it for a yard that time, but that's a win if you're Riverbluff. You got to get this clock down to 0 and get off this field. See if they go to the air here. It's going to be that run again. McKeever has been effective with that. He's going to get across to 28 or so. It's going to be a couple yards short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Well, they brought the jet action from left to right. See it right there. Didn't hand it to him. Took it himself. Went left and almost picked up the first down, but he's going to be about 1.5 yards short.
2:33. Now, conversely, if Riverbluff gets a stop right here, they get the ball back.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Gators get the ball back here. They've got time. Because, again, White Knoll will have it first start after the homecoming festivities and halftime.
Yeah, it's going to be something that it might be a long halftime here, folks. Had homecoming last week at our game. High snap, caught. Again, he didn't get it. That ball's on the ground. That ball is loose. That's going to be Riverbluff football. What a change of events. Recovered by Justin Montalvo. Riverbluff with a big break, Joe.
We talked about it. Riverbluff defense with an opportunity to come up with a big stop. They not only get the stop, they turn them over and get the ball back in great field position. Plenty of time to go here in the first half. Montalvo with a great play right there. The senior, you'll see it right here. High snap kind of throws things off to begin with. But give credit first to number 24 in there, Josiah Robinson.
Yeah.
He gets in there. Montalvo is the one who actually makes the recovery. But Robinson back-to-back big defensive plays for Riverbluff. And now the Gators in great shape.
They really are. Balls inside the 30-yard line. They don't have to go to the air every play. And they're going to play action that time. The tight end will get a gain of about, maybe call it 4 on that. We'll be generous. That's tight end, another young player, a sophomore, Hamp Pitts. See what he mark it, Joe. Maybe only got about 3 on that. Maybe 2.
Give him about 2, maybe.
Yeah, that was not a big gain on that. Knee went down earlier than I thought. This time, counter step from Myers, and they're going to throw it. I tell you what, the pass rush made him throw that earlier than he meant to. Moore had no chance to see a receiver that time.
I think he wanted a quick slant to Carter coming in off this left side, but as you said, he had there's a lot of traffic right up in his grill, right in his eyesight.
Josue Siki, number 5, the North-South All-Star, was all up in his business. Under 2 to play. Young man has had a couple of good throws, but he has been harassed in that pocket. Moore looks left. Tucks it. He has room up the middle now. Good physical run that time inside the 15-yard line, inside the Jim Hudson red zone. Move those chains for Riverbluff. First down, MUSC first down, Joe.
And Riverbluff still has all 3 timeouts in the pocket. That was a good decisive play by Braden Moore, the quarterback. You know, a couple of times tonight we've seen him stand back there, waited too long and took the sack. That time he said, you know what, I'm going to put a foot in the ground, see what I can pick up. He gets the first down.
One is out wide. And Hamp, I tell you what, that was a nice fake and a good strong run that time by your senior running back, Hayden Myers. It was a little slow to develop and play that time, but they had him misdirected a little bit on that handoff. 2nd and 6, Joe. They can get a first down, I believe, yes, but out a touchdown.
Yes, they can.
So right,
get it inside the 3 would move the chains. Yeah. Fresh set of downs.
Whistle blows. It must have been a timeout call there before the snap. Or flag down. Check that. It's a flag from the sideline came in. That could be formation again, Joe.
Before the snap, encroachment.
Oh,
defense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
White Knoll has hurt themselves with penalties, and that's a coach right there that's not pleased. He's disgruntled, I'd say, Joe.
That's their 6th penalty, and 5 of them have come in this second quarter.
Yeah. They had the game by the throat.
Really did.
A touchdown right here, and we have a little suspense in the second half. Bluff coming downhill in the red zone, trying to get 6 on the board. Myers got held up, still fought ahead for another yard, but he got a hand on him, put on his pad right as he got the handoff there. They stubbornly keep trying that middle, Joe.
They keep attacking that middle, and now Riverbluff wants to stop it and talk about it.
3rd and 1. This is a big play.
Huge. 2-down territory, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, you got to Although they can get 3, we know that, but a touchdown, you fight this hard to get down there. You got a big turnover, you want to get 6 on the board.
And I'm usually kind of a guy that would go ahead and take points when you can get them because I think it's smart in a football game to let it play out. But we've seen White Knoll's offense tonight. They have had 4 possessions, scored on 3 of them, turned it over on the last one. But, I mean, they are a potent offense, and they get it first to start. I think Riverbluff needs a touchdown going into the locker room.
Yeah, you saw Coach Pelham on your screen, folks. He's really trying to get his guys focused and locked in mentally. They've dominated physically, Joe.
Yeah.
But the mentals have kind of little temper issues, little extracurriculars, and then some unforced errors. The lining up offsides. I mean, in the red zone. But if you're Riverbluff, at some point you got to. And now it might be a little longer than a yard. We thought 3rd and 1, might be 2. So you say 2 down territory.
I think it's easy 2 yards.
Yeah.
Good 2 to get it.
Look at the heavy jumbo formation. They got a couple of linemen in. They're moving. Too many people moving. Now they got 2 linemen in the backfield. Number 53 is in there. Heavy jumbo. And they're going to throw it. He miscommunicated with Carter. Hayden Moore. And Carter was open right here, though. He didn't look at him. Miscommunication. So now it's 4th and 2. I like the play call idea, but the execution was a little faulty. Another timeout call.
Yeah, they looked like they wanted to go for it on 4th down, and Coach Parks and his staff will talk about this, and Coach Pelham and his staff will gather the defense over there across the way to try to figure out what Riverbluff will do here. I still say, I think if you're Riverbluff, I think you need to go for this, even though I don't like it necessarily. I think you take points when you can get them early in a game, and I still think we're early in this game. But the way this game is kind of played out, I think Riverbluff needs to maximize the opportunities they get in this game. And this, I'm not sure they're going to have a better one. Certainly not in the first half. They won't have a better one than where they are right now.
It's a 3-possession game right now. With an 18-point deficit, a field goal makes it a 2-possession game. But they keep an offense in. Braden Moore, 17 on your screen. Myers, the tailback 4. They have 53 in there. They faked running behind 53 last time and pulled it and passed it. Let's see if they run it this time. And Moore's going to run it, and it's going to depend on the spot, man. I thought he had it, but he got yanked down there by 55 in blue with a strong tackle. That is Jaden Johnson. Yeah.
It's all about the spot.
Looks like they gave it to him.
They're looking at it.
Yeah, they're moving it. They're moving the chains. They're going to drop the chains at the 2-yard line or 3-yard line. They're going to 1st and goal. They're going heavy jumbo again. Got 53 and 52 in the backfield. They're going to run behind them with Moore again, and they knew it was coming. Just a lot of blue jerseys converged. It's just muscle up time right now.
Now you're Riverbluff. You only have 1 timeout, so you really got to kind of.
They're calling in right now?
You got to. There's clock management, game management scenarios here now if you're Riverbluff. This is their last timeout, so.
You got to go up there and throw it now.
Well, with 30 seconds left, you could still
run one and get it lined up.
It'll be 2nd down and goal. You could still run it and still have time to line it up one more time, but you got to be real mindful. Stop it unless they clock it or throw it incomplete.
That's giving away a down. That's what I'm saying. So
exactly.
If they run the next time and don't get it, they got to spike it, and then you're on 4th down, and you're right back down decision.
And you can't waste it down. Honestly,
right.
You really don't want to do that. The game management here at the end of this half.
The trenches have been won for the most part by White Knoll.
Yep.
If they know that it's more, they're going to try to defeat those blockers and get in the backfield. So you wonder if you go misdirection here. Myers has been.
I try to get the ball. Yeah, now Nick Pelham wants to talk about it. He's the defensive guy.
Yeah.
He's a defensive coach. That's where he cut his teeth and made his living.
It reminded me the Richmond commit is a good-sized corner, and he's going to jump on that slant, though. I guarantee that slant might go back, might run past you right here.
If they throw it. If they throw it.
He's going to sit on that slant. Do you have enough time to go double move, though, Joe?
I think at where they are right now, I mean, it's a compact field, compressed field. I think you do have time to go double move here. You don't have to let anything develop down the field. I mean, you're only talking about a 2-yard window here. And add 10 to that with the end zone, so there's not a lot of space down here. So it'll be interesting to see what the Gators do.
Oh. Well.
That's a smart play, though, to get rid of the football and not take the sack by Braden Moore. I think they wanted Carter there, but he just couldn't get open. There's a mass of bodies. You'll see it here. They roll him out to this near side. The left-hander Moore.
And he just stumbled. And
he stumbles, doesn't really have anything, and just throws the ball away. Stop the clock. That's smart on his part. Stops it at 25 seconds, basically.
Now, you got two more. You got 2 plays, Joe, and you got to play on a decision. So you've done all this, though.
I don't think you do all of this and kick a field goal if you don't get it here. But I could be wrong, Who knows? We'll see.
They're going to give him a chance to run pass option at some point. The field is compacted. He's looking left again, but not down. Was that caught? The ball was deflected in the air.
That might be the last play of the half, too, because White Knoll
if it was caught.
White Knoll just
did it hit the ground or was it caught?
I think it was called. They're going to have to run something quick. They got to snap and run it.
That's 4th down. That's 4th down.
Well, this is 4th down. Got to snap it. Well, a lot of confusion here.
That was not what you wanted for Riverbluff right there.
That's what we talked about too, Stacy. We talked about, and that was kind of a wacky play. That's not what they designed to do, but the ball got batted.
It's better than let it hit the ground.
It looked like It looked like the tight end Pitts might have made the catch there, or maybe one of the offensive linemen. We'd love to take a look at that. I know they're going to get the coach down here, but
that was a flag, and they waved it off. It was a flag. Must have been on Riverbluff. That
was a wacky end of the first half, was it not?
Absolutely. That's what a first half it was, though. Of course, Lexington Medical Center has our coach's corner we'll talk about in a minute. Take a look at this play.
So here it is here. So Moore's back to pass. He's looking left. Again, I think he wants Carter, and the ball's batted in the air right there. You see the deflection. And it is Pitts who comes in. And the best thing to do if you're Pitts, if you know kind of what to do, is just knock it down.
Yeah, but
just knock that ball down. But in the heat of the moment, you probably don't know it. Probably coach time.
A sophomore, a young player. Let's get on to the field. Claire Foley has a coach. Claire.
Coach, you said going into this game that you really needed your defense to come up with big stops. None bigger than that one right there. Talk about the toughness you just saw.
We have a great physical toughness, but our emotional toughness is what I'm worried about. Two unsportsmanlike penalties by 2 seniors allowed them to flip the field. They get the field goal. Our offense does what our offense does, is turn it over in a big moment. And we let them right back in the game. I want our emotional toughness to match our physical toughness. Someday, if we get that, we're going to be pretty good.
You said coming into this game that it would take not panicking in those moments. So what's it going to take to not allow those penalties and that fumble to get to them and close this one out?
That's a great question. If you have any ideas, I'd love you write them down. You just tell me. I have a hard time figuring kids out. We just try to keep talking to them, try to keep raising our voices at times, try to give up analogies, try to explain how it hurts them and it hurts their college opportunities. And no college coach wants a guy who's going to get an unsportsmanlike penalty all the time. We just try different ways to explain that it's just wrong. And it hurts us, it hurts our team, it hurts all the effort we put in the summer. Games should be put away right now.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach Pelham. Thank you, Claire, for Lexington Medical Coach's Corner. We'll step away at halftime. A lot of good stuff coming up at halftime on the Sonic FNR Game of the Week from Lexington.
Light it.
But to win it all, that is the culture.
Well, this question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Every Sunday, we strive to bring you joy and laughter.
Get off my lawn, you drunks!
Joy, laughter, joy, laughter. Because we care.
Coming in hot for an emotional hug. We're all doing emotional. We're not doing sexual. Is that right?
Sunday at 8 on Watch Fox. Subscribe to Watch Fox on YouTube to see the content you may have missed on air. Engage with your community. Like, comment, and click the notification bell and never miss an update.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here in Lexington on the campus of White Knoll High School. They lead Riverbluff 21-3. And now time for our Educator Spotlight. We go on the field with Claire Foley and the Athletic Director of Riverbluff, Andrew Peckham. Claire.
Thanks, guys. Here with Riverbluff's Athletic Director, Andrew Peckham. Hey, how's this fall season been going for you guys so far?
Well, I tell you what, we're having a lot of success already. And our volleyball team's 6-0 in the region. Our tennis team, girls tennis, is also 6-0. Our cross-country team ranked 3rd and 4th in the state in boys and girls. And, man, it just continues on. Our cheer program has a huge event tomorrow, the Battle at the Bluff, to kind of kick off our comp cheer season. Golf team's ranked number 2 in the state. Swimming as state next week, just finished the region and had some really good times. And then obviously our football program under Coach Parks. So it's an exciting time to be a Gator.
For sure, and first year head coach Perry Parks for you. What's his impact been so far?
Oh my gosh, he's incredible. He's what he does for our student athletes and our players. It goes beyond the field. It's on and off the field, and he's an incredible motivator. And the players have really bought into him and the culture of our program, and it's exciting.
Awesome. Thank you so much, AD. We'll send it back up to you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Claire Foley and Athletic Director Andrew Peckham. And now time for the Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. For Riverbluff, it is Megan Tucker. Megan is a 3-sport athlete for the Gators, playing 4 years of varsity volleyball and earning the Riverbluff Defensive Player of the Year in softball and all-region in basketball. At school, she has a 5.195 GPA and completed the French Immersion Program and is a member of the National Honor Society and Beta Club. In the community, she volunteers at several summer camps and coaches youth volleyball. She has several offers to continue playing basketball in college next year and wants to study psychology, but hasn't decided where she would go just yet. But we do wish her the very best of luck. Congratulations, Megan Tucker. You're our Scholar Athlete of the Week this week for Riverbluff, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. Good luck to you. Congratulations. 21-3 at halftime, folks. We'll be back with more halftime after this.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan, what are you doing? You gotta look off the safety before you...
When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
Light it.
But to win it all, that is the culture.
Well, This question is wheelhouse for me. I'm going to crush this.
Let's go.
So good.
Let's go, Coach.
The Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today.
F&R Game of the Week from Lexington here. White Knoll 21-3 over Riverbluff. And now time for our Educator Spotlight. We go down the field with Claire Foley and White Knoll Principal Nick Pearson. Claire.
Principal Pearson has to go crown homecoming queen and king in just a minute here, but we're seeing this wonderful arts program in the band behind us, but it's just one part of the arts program that you guys have going on at White Knoll.
It most definitely is. At White Knoll High School, we have a great band program, right? But also we have fine arts, and we also have the visual arts is doing a really good job right now at White Knoll. So right now we got about 60 students that have artwork displayed at the State Fair coming up in a couple of weeks, so we're excited about that. We're going to take everybody out to the school to see that going on. The orchestra program is doing great things. And as you heard, the band do the national anthem with our brand new flag that we had on the field to show off this year. So the arts is doing just as good as the athletics here at White Knoll High School.
Awesome, and you guys are our Sonic Car Hop winners of the week, so we'll present you with this right before you go off and crown the king and queen of homecoming.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, White Knoll Principal Nick Pearson, our Scholar Educator Spotlight. And now we go to our Scholar Athlete this week for White Knoll, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. It is Kennedy Putman. Kennedy is on the soccer team, a lower state champion in wrestling, and the drum major for the Timberwolves. At school, she has a 4.855 GPA and is a member of the National Honor Society and serves as student body vice president. In the community, Kennedy is active with the FCA and was a member of Palmetto Girls State. She hasn't decided where she wants to go next year, but plans to major in elementary education. Congratulations, Kennedy Putman. You're our Scholar Athlete of the Week, brought to you by South Carolina Army National Guard. For your school, White Knoll, good luck in your future endeavors. Y'all, it's halftime here in Lexington. White Knoll 21, Riverbluff 3. Come on back with highlights, stats, and more at halftime on the F&R Game of the Week.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
Oh yeah, that's where the ballers meet.
The #1 pick in 2008, a champion with every team she's played for. Candace Parker. Now she's got a new role.
Is this thing on?
She's a national champion, 5-time gold medalist, the #1 draft pick and rookie of the year, Aaliyah Boston. 2 generations, 1 podcast.
I don't know what's going to happen today. Our show is definitely going to be honest, I'll tell you that.
Post Moves, new episodes every Wednesday.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects: biology.
Name an animal with the long neck.
Dinosaur, long neck, yeah.
Let me ask you something. When the last time you seen one?
Anatomy.
Name a part of Steve Harvey that a woman might want to kiss.
Your six-pack.
The six-pack? Does she know who Steve Harvey is? You got to dig for it, but it's in there.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Family Feud, weekdays at 5:30.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
This is the Stewart Law Office's halftime report. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today.
Back here at halftime where we stand at 21-3 White Knoll on homecoming night over there, 9-mile neighbor Riverbluff. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin in the press box, Claire Foley down on the field. And how do we get to 21-3? I'm glad you asked us. We have a whole moving picture show to show how it happened. Roll it. Take it away, Joe.
Well, it was mostly White Knoll highlights here in this first half. You see this first pitch coming to the far side of the field, and that was Fanning getting a nice first down there. See him on this little touchdown run up the middle, first score of the game, 51-yard drive there, Fanning into the end zone, one of our players to watch. You see him score right there. He's happy about it, obviously, 7-0. White Knoll with the lead there, 5:11 to go in the first quarter. Then White Knoll comes back again. What's this catch by Caleb Geronimi right here? Stretches out all the way back left corner of the end zone, makes the touchdown catch, 14-0. Then all sorts of special teams problems there for Riverbluff. Big number 12 there, that was Carnell Rice. He was able to come up with the punt block, and boy, doesn't take long here. This is a little flip screen that's second down and long here. Get a big convoy of blockers out there. Brandon Griffin takes that screen pass. He goes 37 to the house. Now here's Riverbluff's only score of the first half here. That came with 3:14 to go in the half. Liam Flynn connects on a 36-yard field goal. They at least got some points on the board. Had a chance, Riverbluff did at the end of the half. Stacy couldn't convert after forcing a turnover. 21-3 is where we're at. White Knoll in the lead.
Let's take a look at some national highlights around the FNR games of the week and TNR.
Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
And he just, are you kidding? What just happened? Flipped out of his hands, and it's a touchdown for Jaden Pierce. Oh my goodness. Here's nothing. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Running under it, making the catch. What a catch by Cade Mitchell.
Holy cow for the Food City touchdown. And
Plus, stop of the game, Jeremiah Cruz. He had a few of those tonight. Jeremiah laying the wood.
250 yards passing. Now he wants to take a shot. Looking to hang this one up for Gardner, and he drops it to him, and Gardner makes a move at the 35. Gardner's still on his feet. Gardner's got 3 touchdowns tonight. Seeger's got 5.
Polka fires. Ball is intercepted by the Rams. It's Mason Wydra with the pick. And here comes the Rams the other way on the turn.
Go the distance.
Here he goes, right side of the field. Wydra with some blockers. Wydra on the return of the interception. He's all the way down to the 10, the 5. Wydra returns it for the score. Mason Wydra.
Receiver in motion. He will roll right. Under pressure. Still on his feet. Trying to find somebody downfield. He's in trouble. He'll throw it to the back of the end zone. The receiver's wide open. Touchdown, McQueen.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite. We have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kamener Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan. What are you doing? You gotta look off the safety before you...
When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
Homecoming night. Smells like teen spirit. Those are the days right there. Homecoming king and queen. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin. Above here is homecoming night at White Knoll. Claire Foley on the field. Sonic FNR Game of the Week. Year 11. And we see a lot of homecomings, Joe. Let's see some of these stats That's one stat right there. Those are two winners right there. Those two are 1-0 tonight.
They are. They've already won.
Yes. Look at those rushing and passing totals right there.
Yeah, you see White Knoll dominating on the scoreboard, dominating on the stat sheet right there. They've doubled up Riverbluff, has White Knoll in the rushing attack. Same as the passing game, 174 yards total for White Knoll, 74 Riverbluff. Riverbluff has the turnover. Of course, White Knoll also had one there towards the end of the half. But I mean, the 8 penalties, right? You saw Nick Pelham talking.
Do you think that was discussed? You think that might have been discussed at halftime?
You could have cooked a 7-course meal on his forehead, hot as he was, 21-3 up. But you could never tell it by that halftime interview. The penalties, something that White Knoll will have to try to cut down on.
I think the penalties might have been brought up at halftime.
I would probably suspect they were. That was probably a topic of conversation in that locker room.
They made mention of that. Let's talk about some of the keys. We came into the game with keys to the game from both teams. And there you go right there. Let's revisit that briefly if we can.
You talk about valuing the ball if you're Riverbluff. They did a pretty good job of that, even though the block punt really turned into a turnover. That turned into a short field for White Knoll. They got a touchdown off of that, so they didn't really do well in that area. Get timely stops and 3 and outs. No, White Knoll scored on 3 of their 4 possessions in that first half. If you're White Knoll, don't get frustrated. Be patient. Mix the run and pass well. They did a pretty good job of that, as we saw by the stats moments ago. And then, of course, don't get beat deep. Prepare for the quick tempo. Their defense did a really good job of that in the first half.
They haven't given Riverbluff time to get too many deep passes off right there. That's going to be something I'm sure Coach Parks will address. Their best shot in this game was to hit them with a couple of knockout explosive plays, trying to get them over the top there. So we'll see how that play. The line play may have changed, but White Knoll owned the trenches in the first half for sure. And we'll have our Lexington Medical Center Coach's Corner coming up in a moment. We'll talk to Perry Parks in just a moment. Lexington Medical Center wants you to know it's the only local independent hospital in the Midlands. They're here to care for you whenever you need us. Be well from Lexington Medical Center. Coach's Corner, Claire Foley with Perry Parks on the sideline. What's up, Claire?
Coach, you got the ball on a fumble there, but weren't able to turn it into points. What was the message after that?
Poor execution. We got to execute. We got opportunities like that. We got to cash them in. Like, they're not going to come that often, and we're down. So we got to put our best foot forward and get ready for the second half. We got to flush it and get ready for the next half.
They had some good toughness in that second quarter there. What's it going to take to convert that?
Yeah, we got to be more consistent. Like you said, I mean, we got to be consistent. Did a little bit better job tackling in the second quarter, but we got to finish drives on offense, and we got to get touchdowns, not field goals.
Thank you, Coach.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
Coach Perry Parks, we talked about his lineage, coastal product, Sumter native, and first year at Riverbluff, trying to put his DNA, put his stamp, and lay the blueprint for the years to come. We saw Nick Pelham do it at White Knoll. Parks trying to do it here.
And Perry, of course, did that. He talked about he played at Coastal from 2003 to 2006. Watch him make a great touchdown catch to beat James Madison in 2005. Something he's very famous for in Conway and Coastal football lore. But Perry did a great job of turning Lakewood around when he got in the high school head coaching ranks down in his home area of Sumter. And then he also did a tremendous job, Stacy, where you are over at Ridgeview, turned both of those programs into winners. Then, of course, went to the college ranks in Charlotte and coached a couple of years at his alma mater, Coastal. And now he's here in his first year at Riverbluff. And we talked earlier this week, it's a young team. He's going to need a couple of years to really get this program, get the personnel where he wants it.
Let's give his Georgia years some credit, too. He has a good lineage there. He was at Cedar Grove in Atlanta as a wide receiver, as an OC, then at Pebblebrook. So before Lakewood, so he just made a name in Georgia, but he came back home to Sumter. That's what it all, started for him. You're right. And that's when he really got on the radar here. And he and Pelham both were guys who kind of paid their dues. And again, I think this is going to be interesting, this rivalry as it grows the next few years. Coach Pelham has really got White Knoll where he said he would have him when he got there. And Perry Parks again trying to come up and, as we mentioned, lay his foundation. But tonight it's the bigger, more physical White Knoll team in the first half, Joe, that has controlled this ball game.
They really have. And of course, we revisited those keys a minute ago, and White Knoll winning those keys. That's why they're ahead.
Folks, a new age of football is here. Urban Meyer, Mark Ingram, and Rob Stone. Mark Ingram II, make that, and Rob Stone will guide you through the ever-changing landscape of the sport we all live for, providing analysis, opinions, unique insights, and championship perspective on the biggest topics in college football, the NFL, leadership, and more. Presented by Wendy's. Scan the QR code and check out new episodes each Wednesday. Triple option. That's Urban Meyer, Mark Ingram II, and Rob Stone. Watch and listen. So yeah, folks, a lot of hay being made here. Again, I think the weather's beautiful. Joe, you and I were talking off camera. And the fall is upon us. I mean, the deep in the region players, the October we're used to, teams trying to make their statements. White Knoll is showing something to the rest of the folks who might be watching and around the state. Their team who just went down and just dominated Fort Dorchester last week, 40-0, put up 550 yards of offense, and you see why. You see how they kind of controlling the line of scrimmage. You can do a lot off that running and throwing the football.
After the opening loss to Camden, White Knoll has reeled off 4 in a row, beating Sumter, Brooklyn, Casey, Cane Bay, and as you just mentioned, the 40-0 shutout over Fort Dorchester. So they really had a full head of steam coming into this region matchup tonight against Riverbluff. And you heard Claire in her opening hit talk about how good this region is, how these coaches feel like it is. You're talking about a Dutch Fork team in this region. Irmo, Lexington. Chapin's kind of trying to get things turned around and rebuilt as well. So there are some heavy hitters in this region. And if you're Riverbluff, you're coming in to this thing. You've won the last 2 over Gilbert and Chirral. But tonight, as Coach Parks talked about, they need some more consistency in this second half, and they need to take advantage of opportunities like they had there at the end of the first half. They couldn't cash that in for 7, but they needed to get more consistent. And if they get those opportunities in the second half, try to come back and get themselves back in a position to win this football game, because you look down that line and who these teams play after tonight, it's not going to get any easier.
I got to say something about that Chirral Riverbluff game. That is a David Bennett special right there. David Bennett played at Chirral, and he got Chirral Riverbluff schedule. He's the AD over at Riverbluff and been around this program for a while, and his guy Parks is coaching there. He lined up that Chirral matchup, and I'm a Chesterfield guy, Chirral, Chesterfield area, and that's David Bennett and I are from rival towns up there, but it's no doubt about it who made that matchup happen. Pre-region was David Bennett. They call it the David Bennett Bowl.
You don't like Chirral very much, do you?
I do not. I'm from Chesterfield, and I have family. The thing is, I have family there, but that's how it is. Like cousins, whatever. You grow up in Chesterfield, you don't like Chirral or Pageland, and vice versa. It is, but it's friendly rivalry. But it's good stuff, and I'm glad to see that Coach Bennett is doing well. We saw him at our media day. He's doing well down here in his retirement years, and back and forth to the beach. I think he's at the beach now a little bit living.
He lives at the beach now, yeah.
It's a good
Love
guy.
Coach.
Yeah,
did a great job with Coastal. And
Absolutely.
he started the program here at Riverbluff, first head coach for the Gators back in 2013.
Absolutely. He's been a pioneer, man. Saw him play some good quarterback at Chirral High back in the late 70s, early 80s. It went now time for our Will Great Opportunity School, folks. We are for a good second half. I think Riverbluff kicking the ball off here. They have to get a stop and get some points on the board. White Knoll has had things going their way. Will Luke Gray brings you our kickoffs over 100 years, helping students build a better future. Riverbluff kicking off right to left. White Knoll in that dark blue. They've been really physical in this ball game. This kickoff here is going to touch end zone. Man, that kid's got a powerful leg.
Stacy, that hit beyond the back line.
He's a weapon. That's a weapon.
I mean, that is just phenomenal.
Yeah, you got to be. But, I mean, that kid, he's only a 10th grader, though. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get stronger.
I mean, that's 60-plus yards. That's 70 yards in the air that ball just carried.
I'm telling you, man, I've been around this stuff a long time. Any guy you see with a leg like that in high school, there's some good free money out there for him. Because kicking like that.
You bet there is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to find.
Some of these coaches outthink themselves and don't put kickers on scholarship or don't offer them enough NIL. They try to get too cute with stuff like that. Somebody like that's a weapon.
And then you see how many games are lost.
Well, exactly. When it comes down to you don't value guys like that.
Absolutely.
Seen that happen.
Inside handoff. Oh, this time the young man who came off the bench in the first half is going to get the first carry. Number 22, Jordan Keith. He had some big runs in the first half for White Knoll. Nominal gain that time. Riverbluff trying to rally to the football. So it'll be second down for White Knoll.
He got about 4 sneaky yards right there.
That's a better spot than I thought.
He did better than I would have originally thought.
Yes, because the crowd of jerseys around him. But the push of that offensive line, Joe, has been just spectacular. I mean, even the plays that look like nothing has been productive for White Knoll. Second down, 6. And this time, this run up the middle has been speaking of productive, that run, and now look at our forward lane. It's been productive every time, and that's going to be a first down. 2 plays on a first down for White Knoll. They're going to move those sticks. First down sponsor, second half. Cameron Heating and Cooling, keeping you comfortable in your home since 1956. That's impressive, Joe, already.
It looked like he got stopped short of the line again, and then kind of got a little bit of a tush push, if you will.
Yeah.
To shove him over the 30-yard line and pick up the fresh set of downs.
Got to wonder if Fanning's okay now. Tyon Fanning, the starting tailback, he's not in this first drive of the second half. Again, around the Jordan. Oh, look at him lower this pass, moving his legs right there. That is a great run that time. Once again, Jordan Keith, the senior, moved the sticks. Another Cameron Heating and Cooling first down, and good blocking, and look at that strong run. Watch this, Joe, at the end.
That's just power. He just takes his hand off, gets it to the corner, puts a foot in the ground off that edge over there, and Again, run. How many times have we watched White Knoll players run through tackles tonight?
Just being bullies out there. A little pass to the touchdown maker. Young man that took the flip screen and scored last time he touched the ball. That's Brandon Griffin, a senior. And a scrum after the play. The coaches got to get in there. Helmet came off, and then the extras came, and they're still going. They got to snatch people away here. And I know Coach Pelham's in the middle of that trying to get his guys. The flag is down.
You don't want to lose your cool here if you're either team. Just let cooler heads prevail. Just go back to your side.
You don't want to see that 10:27 mark here.
Here's where the officials, Stacy, have to step in and make it known to both teams that they're not going to tolerate foolishness.
Absolutely. And the thing I almost hate to see is offsetting, because then does anybody learn?
Well, exactly. I mean, it's almost like why do you even do that?
Yeah.
Somebody had to have started that.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's hard to see, though, because some of it's disguised as blocking, hitting right to the whistle, and that really starts it.
After the play, personal foul, defense, personal foul, offense. Those penalties will offset.
There's the offsetting. Jonathan Marfra rough, and take a look. We'll see. We'll see if we can see right here at the end of the play. Hit out of bounds, and now the play is over. Now what happens next?
Yeah, that's a clean tackle out of bounds. No problem there. And back up field is where you've got the problem started.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a great shot by our K-Pass and crew. They always get the money shots. We need to see to be able to kind of elaborate on what just happened.
Absolutely. And Joe, I won't call a play out for something like that, but I'll say this again. White Knoll dodged a bullet that time.
I think so too. It's kind of one of those things that
White Knoll dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
There could have been another one that Nick Pelham would have been upset about.
I don't think the Riverbluff people are real happy about it. I think they agree with you, but
White Knoll dodged a bullet that time.
The officials though, they've got to make sure that this does not get out of hand. They want to make sure that both these teams understand they're not going to tolerate that kind of stuff, no matter where it comes from.
You can have control of the ball game. You've no need for extras. Rolling clock taking us down to the 10-minute mark. We're still early in the third quarter. 21-3. White Knoll with the football in the lead. A new quarterback in the ball game. He's going to play stretch wide. Good job stringing that play out by Riverbluff on that right side over there. And this quarterback, let's get to the quarterback's name in the ball game. That is Kittrell Barnett, a sophomore, another young player in the ball game.
Good size too.
Yes.
Kind of designed quarterback run there. That was quarterback run all the way. He's going to take the snap and go left.
Just probably has a helmet in his hand right now. He's having a conversation about the helmet in his hand right now. I'm not sure. A lot of conversation after every play, though. A lot of intensity. If you're Riverbluff, all that's fine and good, but you're trying to get off the field right now. You want to get your hands on the football. Bunch formation on the left side over there. High snap. This might be the break Riverbluff needs. Ball's on the ground. Good job getting on that, Kentrell Barnett. I tell you what, he saved some real drama for his team hustling back to that football. Terrible snap, Joe. Talk about it.
That's a great call, Stacy. It's exactly right. High snap. He never had a chance for it. And credit Barnett for being able to hustle back there. He didn't give up on this football. He knows he's got to go dive on it. Riverbluff recovers there. They're at the plus 30, but as it is, White Knoll.
They're going to punt it away right here.
Able to save themselves a little bit. At least they can have a chance to flip the field somewhat.
Without a doubt. And that punt hits at the 40 and just kind of softly rolls to the 35. And the penalty again, a flag at midfield. More stuff going on.
First punt of the night for White Knoll after 3 touchdowns and a turnover in their 4 first-half possessions.
Personal foul by the kicking team. Penalty's 15 yards from the dead ball spot. First down.
We'll step away right now with 9:04 to play. Another penalty on White Knoll. 21-3. White Knoll over Riverbluff on the FNR Game of the Week.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
What makes Watch Fox local first?
Watch Fox News is local first because we tell the stories of the people.
From moments of joy to people achieving their dreams to moments of sorrow.
We have the privilege of telling your stories and also have the obligation of telling them correctly.
Tell them with grace.
And tell them with sensitivity.
It's not something that everyone gets the opportunity to do, and we take that responsibility seriously.
We put you first, which is what makes Watch Fox News local first.
Back at it, third quarter action. Sonic FNR Game of the Week. White Knoll 21, Riverbluff 3. And of course, coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game. Looking for a workers' comp attorney? Remember, who you hire matters. So, a lot going on between plays, Joe. Some unsportsmanlike conduct, a little fracas here, a little fracas there, and a terrible snap, and Riverbluff can steal some momentum here.
You know, we were talking in the break, Stacy. I really think Nick Pelham and White Knoll need to get a handle on some of this stuff out here because, I mean, Riverbluff is very still much in this ball game. 9:04 to go third quarter. Once again, take over a great field position, plus 50. They go stick this in the end zone. It's absolutely a ball game.
9:04, ball right at midfield. Oh, hit hard. Myers got hit hard by Davis. Another flag. We're almost getting a flag per play now. Let's see what they're going to adjudicating.
I think it's another problem on White Knoll.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, results in a first down.
And that's another White Knoll penalty.
Major penalty on White Knoll. That's 4 by my count tonight, not even including the one they had the offsetting, where it doesn't really matter.
So,
what was it K-Pass talked about at the production truck before we? Not a lot of penalties tonight, please.
Right, and here we go. We never want to see a clean game for a lot of reasons, and that's an inside give. Myers, decent run that time. He had a good chunk that time. They're gonna have to kind of get some gashing plays, but at some point, you know, the offensive line's got to hold them off and let more get the ball in the air at some point as the game goes on. But that's
8 yards on first down.
That's a good run. You can't be mad at 8 yards on first down. First time Hayden Myers had any room in a minute there. The tailback. Braden Moore, the junior quarterback, number 17 on your screen there. The lefty. A lot of people pass on 2nd and 2. We'll see if they go up top here. Give it to Myers again, and don't know if he got the 2. He might have got right at the sticks. We'll see what he spotted. It'll be right.
He's close.
Yeah, they may.
Very close. I think they will give it to him.
They're going to mark it. Yeah, they moved it. They're waving the chains on. That is a Cameron Heating and Cooling first down for Riverbluff. And, you know, the clock, the play, they're not in any hurry right now. It's only third quarter action, but they were playing quick rhythm early in the ball game. They're kind of slowing that down a little bit now. Myers is taking a pounding, though. They're hitting that kid with 2 and 3 players every time he touches the football. Now they go to the air. Short pass. And Isiki, first guy there for White Knoll. See what the gain is that time.
Like Jackson Poles on the reception. Yep. Another sophomore. You know, we talk about all these juniors and sophomores. The Gators, a very young team. Just 11 seniors on this club. Not many.
And the slot is number 3, the kid. We talked about breaking a tackle and just nowhere to go. He breaks one tackle, another tackle waiting behind that one. Bennett finally gets Myers down, but
Keith Bennett did a good job right there. I mean, it looked like, you know, well, it didn't look like he did. He bounced off the first would-be tackler, and that might have been Bennett, and Bennett was able to recover and make the stop. And so, crucial down now coming up for the Gators.
Talking about Carter being in the slot right there. He doesn't have a catch this game, I don't believe. He has 1 catch in the first quarter. Looking that way now. And Moore decides to run it. That's going to be well short of a first down. They got a decision to make here now. Do you go for 3?
I think if you went for it at the end of the first half, you're going to go for it now.
that's one way to look at it. If you kick 3 both times, you're looking at 21-9. But that's, if it's a very, very long word. And they're going to stay in there with 4th and call it 5, maybe. See if they go to the air here.
Maybe a 6-4, maybe.
Oh, he got him. That's Carter. They gave him a cushion, and Carter, they respected his speed. I believe that's 3. It's 1 or 3 over there. That's 3. It's Darius Carter, his 2nd catch of the ball game, and got what he needed. That's a good route and good quick throw by Moore. That's a Jim Hudson there. Jim Hudson red zone and a first down.
He lines up on the right side this time. Just a quick slant coming from over there, and he got good leverage on the defender. Geronimo had him, but Geronimo couldn't get ahead of him to get good position on that ball. That's a good ball thrown in there by Braden Moore.
It was. He has some zip on it. Cameron Heating and Cooling. First down. This is not the first time they've been inside the 10. So if they keep it on the ground, Myers nowhere to go, Joe. And that's that young man, 55, has played himself a game on both sides of the ball. He's a center on offense, Jaden Johnson, and making tackles on defense.
Big time senior player, offensive line, defensive line. He read that one all the way, made the stop for no gain.
So again, I think decisions, there's a lot of, the playbook is really open right here. You can run it. Moore can show he can run it a little bit. Myers is running a little bit. You got Carter now with 2 receptions. It's an interesting play call coming up here inside the 10. And it's going to look left and nowhere to go. Just no. As soon as he set up, players in his face, zeros there. Jeremy Coakley.
That's Kamel Rice, number 12 in there. Coakley's in there, but I mean, Rice has had himself a big game. You see it right, see it right here. He just look at him right. Just gets in there, bull rushes, and just gets in up the upfield push, gets the sack. He's been everywhere tonight defensively. He had that punt block earlier too.
Rice is cooking.
There you go. That's it. No doubt about it.
It's a bad one. That was so bad it might be good a little bit. 4:15 left in the 3rd quarter. That's what Riverbluff did not need right there. And they, right now, another tough 3rd down.
They got to snap it, too.
Yeah, converted the last one to Carter. Got to get this snap. It's at 0. I don't know if they got it off, Joe. They didn't call it. Just too high for Carter over there. They didn't have a chance. Did they flag that? No, they called it 4th down.
I don't know how they didn't get to play a game, though, Stacy. I mean, there was a full second
of 0.
Past 0. Yeah. Riverbluff got to dodge one. And now 4th and long, 4th and goal from outside the 10. You really have no chance here. You got to take the 3.
You got to take the 3. The strong leg that we saw on display earlier, Liam Flynn, the sophomore kicker.
He might kick this into the tennis court behind that field house over there.
Sky Cam over there might be in jeopardy. Have your head on a swivel over there. Good snap, good hold. The leg, I don't know. No good. Pushed it right. Had plenty of leg, but pushed it right.
Flag
down, though. He may get another shot.
Well, I tell you, if this is on White Knoll, another 15-yarder, there's no telling what Nick Pelham's liable to. We'll see a spontaneous combustion over there.
Might be. His chili's been running a little hot since the 2nd quarter.
Exactly, it has.
Personal foul, roughing the snapper. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
He talked about emotional toughness going in the locker room. That's going to be a lot of talk this week.
White Knoll is doing everything they can possibly do to keep Riverbluff in this game. I mean, everything they can do, they are doing at the moment. This is strange to watch. And Nick Pelham's going to have they go to film study on Sunday.
It's going to be something tough, man.
I mean, because this game is still in the balance. I mean,
Cameron Heating and Cooling first down for Riverbluff again, and goal to goal now. But this is going to be, again, the play calling is interesting because you don't want to, that D line is stronger front. You don't want to be too predictable here. And there it is up the middle again. It's just not going to happen right there. It's 3 blue jerseys that day. Josue Siki, the North-South All-Star there. 58, give him some love in there, Joe. Giovanni Mpumbu. They just, hey guys, just meet. The run up the middle is not happening.
They've won the line of scrimmage
all night.
Really, both of them tonight. They've been the better team at both lines of scrimmage. There's just nowhere to run that football, but Riverbluff has to stick this in the end zone. I feel like they've had the ball this entire quarter.
Yeah, time. And they've been very deliberate. You see, they're not taking the time now.
They really have been. There really hadn't been a sense of urgency yet. They're down 18 points.
But you want to shorten the game. You don't mind shortening the game. Moore is going to go around the right side. Have the block. The ball's in the air. The ball popped up, scooped up. It's picked up by White Knoll. Down the sideline we go. This is number 0. This is Coakley. Coakley, green grass and opportunity. That is 6 on the board. That is number 6. That is Marquise Wynn. Marquise Wynn with the scoop and score. SCDC touchdown. Strike up the White Knoll fight song. Joe Cashin. What a play.
Marquise Wynn in the right place at the right time. Riverbluff had a multitude of opportunities. Let's see who gets in there. Couldn't really tell who forced the fumble, but Wynn is able to he's able to scoop it, and like you say, green grass, and he's picking them up and putting them down. He goes at least 90 on that one, I would say.
That is a huge turnaround. I could be back breaking, and he did a great job not going out of bounds, Joe. His momentum was taking him to the sideline, and he kept his feet together. That was nice footwork.
That might be your stop of the game right there, Stacy, when we look back at the end.
Flag down on the extra point. Flag down on the extra point. It would have been good, but we'll see.
I'd love to see who forced that fumble. It was, I couldn't tell if Geronimo forced that.
Isiki, Josue Isiki.
Josue Isiki. He was the one who forced it, and Wynn with the win right there.
Step away, we head to break. Offsetting penalties on the kickoff. 28-3. We'll be right back with more F&R Game of the Week.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal. Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
Welcome back, folks. 28-3, White Knoll on a scoop and score from a recovery touchdown. Extends their lead to 28-3, folks. And during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing.
I think we just saw it. Not only do you get a stop, you get a score going the other way. I don't think you can do much better if you're the White Knoll defense. And now Nick Pella can kind of exhale a little bit. Yeah. He's got a working margin, 28-3 late third quarter here, thanks to his defense. But I mean,
still unsportsmanlike like on extra point though. Still a lot of extracurriculars. Will look great opportunity to score kickoff. Left to right, White Knoll kicking the Riverbluff. Fielded inside the 20, and now decent return coming over the right side over there. Still moving. Ball's gonna be returned to about the 33-yard line on the other side, opposite side of where we sit. And after the play, a lot of pointing, shoving activity after each play. They got to get that under control, both teams.
I tell you, that's got to make the national highlight package.
That's
got to be there, Stacey.
I might have blown it with the wrong number. I had the wrong guy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like, who's that
you
guy?
You got it right eventually.
Yes, the 0 and 6 look very similar.
They do. On these kind of uniforms, they're hard to see. He was across the field.
I should have told him, be still. Hey, kid, be still so I can see your number. Stop running. Let me see that 6 a little better. But
turn so I can see you a little bit there.
Yeah, those scooper scores usually do make highlight reel. That was a special plays, man. And that kid
you don't see him often.
No, you don't. And that kid will be talking about that one when he's 80 years old. So it'll be 100 yards on the return. 2:34, 2:33 on the rolling third quarter clock. And new quarterback in the game for Riverbluff and a new running back. Prairie Park is going to the bench. Quarterback in is 16, Leosh Trammell. The running back just had a carry is Jaden Standback, a senior. Trammell is a 10th grader under quarterback. So we have a new quarterback, new tailback in the ball game. 1 yard on that play, 2nd and 9. Trammell, short pass over to the tight end. Hamp Pitts, gain to about the 40.
I've got an update for you. Lush Trammell.
Lush Trammell.
We've got Riverbluff folks sitting next to us.
I was saying Trammell.
Yeah, Lush Trammell is the new quarterback. So.
Lush Trammell. Thank you for that.
We appreciate them for.
There he is. There he is right there. He's looking at us right now saying, get it right.
There you go.
Lush. L-I-U-S-H. Lush Trammell. Lush is getting some TikTok here in the third quarter, man. I wonder if they let him finish it out, man. He's going to
I would expect so.
Yeah, appreciate every snap as a sophomore, man. It just makes you better. They give this time a fake give, rolling left, and just nowhere to go. And that was Zero, the first guy there that time. That was Coakley, and he had help. Coakley's played himself a pretty solid ball game on defense, so I know. Take a look, Joe.
Yeah, just no chance here for Trammell. He tries to fake the handoff and roll out. And just, again, you called it. Coakley all over him, but the
Bennett was coming
sack.
along. Yep.
Yeah, Bennett was also there. And
the dangerous Geronimi back to return this punt. And I want to go to the fourth quarter. I wanted you to see White Knoll with some backups in after this next possession. Under a minute. That's the big leg right there, young man that does all the kicking. That's a high kick, but not that long. Geronimi went to the ground as he caught it. Ball's at the 44-yard line. Let's see who trots out here for White Knoll. They have the game in control right now.
it was in the balance there for a little bit, Stacy. It looked like Riverbluff wanted to make a go of it late in the first half. They had a chance with goal to go. No timeouts. They threw a ball that got batted, and then the tight end caught it, but without a way to stop the clock, that ran the first half clock down to 0, so they got nothing out of that. And then, of course, they just had that golden opportunity. And then, unfortunately for the Gators, they coughed it up, and White Knoll was able to scoop and score 90-plus and really kind of put this one in good stead for them.
And there you go down with a nice run again. Gain of about 5. Violent tackle at the end there. That was McKeever. Still in at quarterback, number 1, J.S. McKeever, the junior. He's looked good.
Yes, he has.
That may be the last play of the quarter. Now, they don't have to snap it again. They may choose to, but they don't have to. Play clock setting at 28, game clock at 17.
They will not snap it again.
Yeah, they're going to walk over and put 4 fingers to the sky and get ready for a fourth quarter here. Homecoming night at White Knoll. They have been in control pretty much from the outset. 28-3 over Riverbluff. The neighborhood brawl on our Sonic FNR Game of the Week from Lexington. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action after this.
Watch Fox Sports Zone is South Carolina's #1 sports leader for all sports coverage in the Midlands.
From your favorite South Carolina college teams
to your local high school matchups,
football, baseball, basketball, soccer,
and so much more.
We take you straight to the sideline with interviews with coaches and players. Plus, behind-the-scenes details to give you the latest on your local teams.
Watch Fox Sports Zone. Every sport, every season. Sponsored by Lexington Medical Center.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Corrections is a team, a group of individuals working together to accomplish a shared goal, striving for correctional excellence to achieve a safer South Carolina, promoting security, demonstrating professionalism, serving with integrity. Corrections is unique. Security, medical, maintenance, food service, diverse positions that make us whole. Working to build something better together. This team is making a difference. Together, this team is making corrections.
When your comfort is at risk, who do you call?
At Kaminer Heating and Cooling, we'll never sell you something you don't need. You get clear options, transparent pricing with our straightforward pricing guide, and the final choice is always yours.
No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just honest answers.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
We're at the start of the fourth quarter here. Sonic FNR Game of the Week. White Knoll 28, Riverbluff 3. White Knoll with the football at midfield. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin in the booth. Claire Foley on the sidelines. Outstanding crew working hard. They'll bring you to action on the 11th year of Sonic Friday Night Rivals. McKeever looking up top, down the sideline. One step ahead of his receiver. He had a man wide open. Ty Smith, the junior, was streaking beyond the cornerback, Joe.
Had it out there for the taking. Just let him a little bit too much.
They want more. They want to go and get that dagger and then, I guess, rest some folks. That play was there. It was a great play call.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they dial up here on second down. They may go back to the ground. We got some new players in. 20 is in at wide receiver for White Knoll. There's Jalen Pryor, senior. Up top again, McKeever pulled it down and got thrown down.
That's Mason Stewart, one of our players to watch for Riverbluff at the outset of our broadcast tonight. He was able to get in there and get the sack, and now it's fourth down. And once again,
after the play, more extras. This is problematic.
Yeah. Now it's going to go against Riverbluff.
Yeah.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, 15-yard penalty,
and another
first
one.
down.
And another one. While that was going on, while that was being called, another flag came up. 15-yard penalty on Riverbluff.
After the play, unsportsmanlike defense, number 43 has been ejected.
Wow. While the penalty has been called, someone did something else, and another flag came out. You can't call it fast enough. Composure has got to be handled a little better. Let's thank some of our outstanding crew folks, Joe Cashin here. Let's thank technical director Mike Weinmiller, producer Kevin Pasnick, EIC is Tim Brusky, audio mixer Walker Brewer, video is Dylan Eagle, camera Alexander Kitchens, Taylor Shirley, Jared Thomas, David Dibo, Jessica Pasnick, lead replay Kendall Bishop, graphics Autumn Sherrill, bug box operator Dylan Eagle, stage manager Al Johnson, and TOC Taylor Schaefer. Newly married Taylor Schaefer. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Got married about 3 weeks ago. Congratulations, Taylor and Mr. and Mrs. Schaefer. Taylor's been with the crew for a long time now. Doing great work. 11:36 left in the ball game, Joe. And
they were talking with Perry Parks and Preston Minor, who was the youngster who was disqualified for the rest of this game.
Fanning back in now
during that timeout.
And see you right there again after the play. Still extras going on right there. A little extra shoves, and it's this got to be managed. And you can't even fault the coaches. These players on their own have to know. After the play, just let it. The play is over. So heading to the 11-minute mark. Right now, looking to get one more in. That's a shovel pass to 10. This young man has been active in the ball game. He's going to score. White Knoll struck up the White Knoll fight song, folks. Touchdown, J.J. Keith. Touchdown, White Knoll in the SCDC end zone.
How about that speed from J.J. Keith? He just takes that little pitch pass off that jet motion. He's just a junior, too. Get him around for another year.
That play was dynamite.
Oh, there you go. All kind of good times references tonight, right? Good time on John Amos.
Temporary layoff.
Good times.
Absolutely. You see him scratching and surviving right there? On for another extra point. Braden Briscoe, hands to the sky, and the lead grows on homecoming night here at White Knoll, 35-3. We're going to step away here and come back with the finishing touches on this ball game, controlled by White Knoll.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
We're back here, 10:55 left to settle it. It's pretty much settled, 35-3, White Knoll all over Riverbluff. And, of course, coming up in the fourth quarter, later this fourth quarter, we'll announce our Atkins Law Firm Player of the Game, folks. And if you're looking for a workers' comp attorney, remember, who you hire matters. Atkins Law Firm. Stacy Huff here with you. My guy Joe Cashin alongside in the booth doing his thing. And Coach Pelham on your screen, Claire Foley on the sidelines. And it's been White Knoll, man. The homecoming has been a festivication on and on the field, and halftime and the whole nights belong to White Knoll.
It has, but if you talk to Nick Pelham, as Claire Foley did at halftime, he had a comfortable 21-3 lead at the break, but you could never tell it with that halftime interview, and kind of things stayed the same for much of the second half until the scoop and score by the defense, which really kind of put this one out of reach. He'll have a lot to talk about, like we mentioned on Sunday.
And without a doubt, that's going to be the whole theme. Right to left, White Knoll kicking off Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, and it is bobbled by Riverbluff. As Pinckney, number 2, he's had a couple good returns. He's going to make this one a good return. Pinckney dancing. What footwork. That guy has adroitness in a crowd. He can play tag in a phone booth.
Tell you what, he's got good short area quickness out there. He can kind of make people miss. That started off looking like potential disaster as he kind of muffed it. Then he's able to scoop it up and get it back to the 39-yard line. I mean, Riverbluff has had good starting field position a good bit of this ball game. A couple of drives at midfield. This one, one at the 36, plus 28. Now they're at their own 39, but have not been able to take advantage.
Quarterback still in is Trammell. Trammell looking right, one-on-one. Carter was bracketed. Ball sailed out of bounds. He was bracketed.
White Knoll did their homework on number 3, Darius Carter. Big-time playmaker for Riverbluff. He has not had much of a chance tonight to really have any opening out there to catch football for a big gainer.
2nd and 10. And they're letting Trammell air it out, though, getting him some reps. But Geronimo has been all over everything in the air. He's been around it tonight. Number 2.
Athlete, Geronimo.
Yeah, he is. Richmond commit. We've had 2 Richmond commits on our broadcast. Carter Coleman at Ridgeview is going there as well.
Yep.
Richmond done a good job coming into the Midlands. Getting a couple players out of here. Hand off on that play, and it's going to be 3rd down and long. Most of the defensive starters still in the ball game for White Knoll. Bennett, Geronimo, and Rice. Those guys still in the game.
Tonight was so important for both teams. Talk about it after this play.
Yeah. Going left. Caught. Left sideline. A lot of blue jerseys. Just nowhere to go. Just no room to move over there. Decent catch, but Jaden Steinbach, the senior, corralled for a short game. It'll be punt time, Joe. What were you saying?
I was going to say, tonight's so important for both teams to try to get a win in region play as it starts tonight. You look ahead to next week for Riverbluff. They have Irmo coming to town, maybe the best team in any classification of the state, right? Irmo's really good, while White Knoll will have Dutch Fork on this field next week, which that should draw a sizable contingent to come watch that one here at the bank.
Here we go. He's going to get a roll if it hits, but they didn't let it. Just good job getting white jerseys to the football that time, and that was Geronimo. White Knoll takes over again, 9-12 ball game.
What I like about this field, Stacy, you don't really see this much anymore. Modern football field construction is how a lot of teams, a lot of schools and districts have gone to the field turf kind of stuff. It's pretty flat most places. Here you've got a nice big crown in the middle. Natural turf field, which I love they still play here. Now natural turf, and it's got a crown on it, right? So it'll drain from the middle of the field to the two boundaries. It's not something you often see anymore.
I like that. The bank script in midfield is interesting. That's something they went to a couple years ago.
Yep.
They used to have a big W on there. And there was a wolf at one point. So a new quarterback in for White Knoll now.
Expect them just to keep this on the ground and try to grind out the last 9 minutes.
Kentrell Barnett, the sophomore who's in a little bit early for a couple of plays, but it's probably going to be his ball game the last 9 minutes or so.
So White Knoll will win their 5th in a row unless something quite unusual happens in the last 8:45. Go to 5-1 on the year. Riverbluff will go to 3-3.
Around the right side again. Jordan again. This young man, 22, Jordan Keith, is a hole coming back, but he's an impressive runner, man. That's good. That's your number 2 back right there. He can start for a lot of teams, Joe.
I tell you, we mentioned that Tyon Fanning has not been seen in the second half. I see him over there.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, previous spot, replay second down.
He looks fine to
Number
me.
7.
And they given some snaps to other guys tonight here in the second half. Jordan Keith being that guy.
Keith's numbers are adding up a little bit. That play would be negated, but he's a good-looking runner. Runs well behind his pads. Finishes the run strong. Coach Pelham. The penalties are going to be a hot topic, as you mentioned, film on Sunday and all into next week.
Well, you're not going to beat the Dutch Forks and Irmos of the world. This is nothing taking away nothing from Riverbluff. They're going to be a good team. Coach Parks has some time, but tonight you might be able to get away with that against Irmo and Dutch Fork.
Good run again. Good catch of that snap with one hand. I think Barnett might have got that snap with one hand, and then Keith again. I believe that's 22. Get up out the 22 is just punishing people on the runs.
Give Perry some time. He'll have something here at Riverbluff.
No doubt.
He's got a, like we talked about on the phone this week. It's a young team, and sometimes you'll hear coaches talk about that, kind of euphemistically. But I mean, he's you look at this roster, he's exactly right. I mean, the roster doesn't lie. Not many seniors on it. A lot of sophomores and juniors.
And he's doing the right thing. He's getting them out there and getting them a lot of game experience, though.
Yep.
Going with some youth. And those kids, like we saw at White Knoll, Coach at White Knoll, Pelham started with some sophomores in their senior year. They won the championship game. So we'll see if they can do something like that at Riverbluff, and that's going to be a
delay.
Yeah. Or did they get a timeout? They gave a timeout. Yeah. We'll step away and take that timeout with them. White Knoll 35, Riverbluff 3, the FNR Game of the Week over here in Lexington side of things.
We pickled everything, Sam. The big deal meal, a Sonic Smasher, top of Grillo's pickles, pickled seasoned tots, pickle Rita slush, and a pickled foam. Sam, what have you done? Dude.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.
Welcome back, folks. Look at the smile cam right there. There's a familiar face right there, some familiar features right there. Our outstanding director Mike Weinmiller, daughter right there, rocking out with the band, enjoying the Joy Law Firm smile cam. Sights and sounds of the game brought to you by Joy Law Firm. You see the young folks out there having a good time. Homecoming on a Friday night with a lead and no school tomorrow, Joe. Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy. Great job.
Mike's a Cleveland fan, isn't he?
Mike is a Cleveland fan.
Oh,
bless his heart.
Goodness.
Bless his heart. You get Dylan Gabriel. Congratulations, Mike. You get Dylan Gabriel this week. The debut of the legendary Dylan Gabriel. Awesome. Future Hall of Famer.
And the Guardians just got beat, too.
And the Guardians did just get beat. Well, at least they didn't get beat by Yankees. My Yankees took care of them last year. I think Mike remembers that. He's gonna cut my mic. My mic's about to be cut off some kind of way.
Yeah. Weird things are about to happen, Stacey.
Yes, for sure. Under 7 to play. It's good to have them, man. Listen, nothing like the daddy-daughter love, man. That's all the daughter.
That's great, isn't it?
It's
That's
beautiful,
awesome.
man. We're both girl dads as well.
are.
So
nothing like it. Nothing like little girls.
Yeah, I took my daughter to lunch yesterday, as a matter of fact, man. Any minute is enjoyable. 6:38 and ball caught. That was a little dangerous. That was Darius Carter at the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark it. Got the pink gloves on. This Breast Cancer Awareness Month, by the way. We're in October. That's right. Gloves right there.
Yep.
Breast cancer awareness and the cancers of, dread, sickness, of all forms. We celebrate or acknowledge and make more people aware of more breast cancer this month. Cancer in itself needs more research and study. I lost my dad to cancer 4 months and a week ago. The heck with cancer. That's the nicest way I say it. But let's all support any and raise as much money as we can and get a cure for this and get it under control if possible. 6:35 left in the ball game. Some new players in the ball game for White Knoll. Carter's still in there, but we've got a couple of new receivers in there as well. 18 is in for I believe the first time. Sam Minor. He has a minor that got ejected early. They may be related. They were looking to go deep that time. He still may throw it. He's got to break the line of scrimmage, got to pull it down, get out at the 40-yard line. But they were going to let Trammell a couple of go routes out there, wasn't they?
He was ready to unleash, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, sling it. So here we go. Ball's at the 40. It's going to be 3rd down. So let's see what it goes. They'll go up top again. And there the shot. Oh, he thought he had Carter streaking, but it was too many blue jerseys. Too much traffic. Zeke almost got one that time.
There's a lot of blue jerseys. A lot of traffic in that passing lane. You call it Zeke almost got that. You'll see it right here. They want to go to Carter, which they've tried to do all night. But watch this reading of the quarterback.
Yes.
Zeke puts one hand up there. Maybe he gets both up there. He might pick that ball.
He's the defensive player, though. He probably would.
That's why he's on defense.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. Weather's nice fallish night. Sideline pattern right there to Carter. He's trying to dance over there and lowers his pads. Stays on his feet, but not a lot going over there. He might have got the first down. Did he? I couldn't see the other stick.
He's got to be short.
Okay, I couldn't see the other stick. It got knocked down, so he was going to be short. And 4th and 5 coming up here. They're going to stay on the field. It was a 3rd down. I'm not sure. I've got lost. The flag came up, and I thought it still says 3 here, but it is 4th down.
It's 4th, yeah.
And we'll see what they do here. There's going to be a run. Room over there. If he cuts up, he's got it. First down run that time for Jaden Standback. Good-looking run. Cameron heating and cooling first down.
Good job by Riverbluff to kind of quick snap that. Get White Knoll kind of out of kilter there. Pick up that first down for the Gators.
Trammell over the middle. Pitts. I think he thought he was going to bend it toward the middle a little bit, and Pitts kept it straight upfield.
Yeah, Pitts running up that seam. They had him, too.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. That stops the clock, though, and nobody in the stadium really wants the clock stopped right now, I don't think. I don't think anyone wants that, but under 6 to play. The game is pretty much, it's understood. It was understood that needed to be explained. And that's going to be another little short pass to Pitts. He's got to break a tackle here and not able to. That's a good tackle by the touchdown maker. Scoop and score man himself, Marquise Wynn. There's Parks coaching him up over there. I think Riverbluff goes up top again right here, 3rd and 10. Let's see if they put one in the air right here and go for a big play from midfield. Trammell is going to roll left. There was nowhere to go there.
Kind of ran into traffic.
Yeah, a lot of blue jerseys there, and there's 0 Coakley again. And I believe 11 might have been in there as well. Chris Ferguson. And you give White Knoll the ball back right here at midfield.
Stacey will be on a day early next week on a Thursday night from
point.
Ben Lippin.
Thank you for pointing that out. That is a special Thursday night edition.
That's where our Sonic F&R special will be Thursday night, 6:30 too. For the
yes,
kickoff
early kick.
time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
early
Thank you. Let's
kick.
get the word out. Yeah, an hour earlier, folks. Join us an hour earlier next week and a day earlier.
Yep. So we're moving it all up.
25 hours earlier than,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good. I think the Skeezer School's going on a fall break that Friday, I do believe, and it's going to be good action over there. They have a unique setup at Ben Lippen. Have you done a game over there?
I have not done a Ben Lippen game.
It's very interesting.
From Ben Lippen.
Yes. Point fielded by Geronimo. Let's go down the sideline with Claire Foley. What's going on, Claire?
Guys, athletic trainers are often unsung heroes in sports, but White Knoll's head AT is getting national recognition. This summer, not only was Sheila Gordon inducted into the South Carolina Athletic Training Hall of Fame, but she was also named the National Athletic Trainer Association's Athletic Trainer of the Year for the region. Gordon getting the honor after being nominated by her peers for years of dedication and hard work put into bettering the school. So shout out to Coach Gordon and all the athletic trainers on the sidelines tonight.
Absolutely. All of them do a great job. Coach Gordon, congratulations. That is very, very admirable, your work and your acknowledgement of that hard and dedicated work. 4:25 left in the game. We're going to get a flag, Joe.
It's like delay.
Yeah, we don't even need a play for a flag. We just get a flag.
Before the snap, delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Another new player in the game. Give him some love for White Knoll. That is number 83 in it, wide receiver Gage Boyer, a junior. A couple other new folks in there. We'll, scattered throughout both lineups. We'll give you some names when we can. 1st and 15 on the ground to Jordan Keith. A lot of white jerseys. Good job to the football by Riverbluff.
That's a great hit by Claire. Athletic trainers work so hard and hardly get noticed, right? I mean, they got to do everything they can to take care of players' injuries, keep them hydrated, all kind of things they do behind the scenes that people don't often see, don't know about. So shout out to all the athletic trainers out there who work so hard, whatever sport it is,
Absolutely,
right?
all of
whatever
them.
sport.
They do a great job.
Yep.
That was Mason Stewart on that last tackle, by the way. He had a couple cats with him on that, but nobody's in a hurry here. The clock's rolling down toward the inevitable. Kept it that time. Nice fake. Barnett kept it for gain over that right side over there. And again, they're not in a hurry. They're going to use a lot of the play clock here. It's 32 seconds on the play clock. They may use most of that. Take it under 3 minutes. 3rd and 9.
If you're Nick Pelham, you're happy with the win, but you know you've got a lot of stuff to work on for next week, the next couple of weeks.
Man, listen, the penalties are going to, I mean,
just can't happen. Just
right.
can't do that stuff.
Joe, you made a great point. You're not going to beat your upper echelon teams with unforced errors and just setting yourself back, giving away yardage.
Giving yards, giving downs.
Yeah, that could be grounding right there. They may not call it, but there's nobody over there. But Barnett got rid of it. And that's going to stop the clock, John. You love that? The clock's. You don't have anywhere to go.
No, I don't. I certainly don't. I mean, one of their penalties tonight, and you hate to nitpick and harp on, they're up 35-3, and they're going to win the game, but I mean, one of them is roughing the snapper.
Which is
roughing the snapper.
You don't see that a lot.
How often do you hear or see that? Right? I mean, so
you got to be serious about your penalty committing business.
We're going to rough the snapper tonight, boys.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
We haven't done enough to be physical.
Right. I mean,
who have we had not hit? The snapper.
Let's
hit him for no reason when we're not supposed to.
I'd love to watch that on film. I didn't get a chance to. I mean, I didn't see what they did out there to do it, but obviously they did something. But
that's an extra special category of unnecessary roughness.
Exactly.
Really, really unnecessary. Because he's unprotected. This man has his head down.
He really is.
He's very vulnerable.
Yeah. See if Riverbluff can maybe salvage some points here towards the end of this game and do this before the clock expires.
Good run. Let's give number 26 some love right there off the bench. A nice little gain that time. Chase Steele, a junior running back. Look at us right there, 26. He's like, feed me, give me some more. Well, not a lot more plays left in this ball game.
White Knoll band is still excited.
Steele, yet again, with the carry. Steele yet again. See what I did, Joe? That's a high level pun right there.
That is high level.
Yeah, Steele yet again. Yeah, that's. I mean, you know, every now and then, a broken clock is right twice a day. I get a good one every now and then. Yeah, they're just loitering at this point. No one's in a hurry.
One of his middle name is Remington.
Okay, I get you.
You remember that show?
Yes.
Pierce Brosnan?
Yes, Pierce. That's when Pierce Brosnan burst upon the scene. I can't remember his leading lady, but she was a looker too, I believe, back in the day.
Oh, Stephanie, what was her last name?
Yes, early 80s, right?
Yeah, it was. Early mid 80s.
Yes. And that's Steele again.
Oh,
he got popped. Jumped up though. That was Davis. Jamari Davis has been physical all game. He's still fired up. He's playing like it's the first series of the first quarter. He loves football. That kid was helped off the field at one point. Take a look at this here. This is violent.
He just tries to get it.
That's a teeth rattler. He's fired up too when he got up. He let him know about it. Good gracious. Put it in the air right here to the sideline. Oh, made a man miss. Might get a first down out of this. They do. Nice throw that time.
First.
Yeah. Trammell, loose Trammell. On the reception is Nick Washington, a junior. We're going to be under a minute, and we got a whistle here. A timeout called. At a minute even on the clock. So we're staying right here, and don't forget, folks, we have some accolades to give out. We'll talk to Coach Pelham. All kind of good things coming up, and you know he's interesting to talk to. Anyway, we both talked to him this week. I had a good conversation on the phone with him. It's going to be interesting. He's victorious yet. Some coaching things that he really needs to have to probably get off his chest. He may share with us. We'll see. Joe, did we lose count of the penalties? Because the number was running real high.
Let me get that. Okay, so I had them unofficially, and I don't even know if I've got the last couple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I
have to know they're in double digits, I'm sure.
Yeah, they had 8 at halftime, so I got them.
Oh, they got several. They've had several. Yeah. Rolling right. Travel. Just hit. Not a lot of places to go right there. And there's Bennett, number 29, again. Put a real solid game.
And they'll have to snap it at least one more time. Stacy, you'll be on the call of Allen and Benedict tomorrow.
We'll have the Benedict-Allen game tomorrow on the SEAC web stream tomorrow. 2
That'll be a good one. That's a rivalry game.
That's a cross-street rivalry. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
2 o'clock kickoff. Looking forward to calling that. Calling with Caleb Obumba, a former Benedict defensive back, will be on the call with me, and looking forward to that. Yeah, a big weekend. That should be the last play. The handshake line and some accolades. I don't think Riverbluff is going to snap it, Joe. 35-3 is going to be your final score, and White Knoll dominated. They're on a good winning streak here, and that defense is ferocious. There's Coach Pelham. And parts to shake hands, and we'll watch the handshake line, folks. And then we step away and come back. We have some accolades to give out for this ball game. It'll be heavily White Knoll flavored. They're not shaking. I don't think they're shaking hands. They're moving. They're not shaking hands. The coaches are, the teams aren't because of those penalties probably. We'll step away. We'll be right back with more from F&R Game of the Week.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football, he would in no way be able to handle it. Tom Brady knowledge is 10 pounds of football in a 5-pound bag of Jerry.
Come on, Ryan. What are you doing? You gotta look off the safety before you... When the safety rotates down, just rip the seam.
Nobody knows football.
Come on, we can do better.
Like Tom Brady.
It's not that hard.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Need better sleep tonight? Michaelis Mattress can get you on the bed of your dreams today. Michaelis Mattress has been helping people across the Midlands find the right bed for the right price for more than 35 years. We care about your quality of sleep, so you can trust us to put you on the best mattress for your specific needs. Get huge savings on popular brands like Sealy, Simmons, Serta, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get up to 60-month special financing. From something for the kiddos to something for your master suite, we have you covered with a huge selection. Michaelis Mattress. Buy it today. Sleep better tonight.
At Atkins Law, we believe who you hire matters, but don't take our word for it. Hear it from our clients.
From the front desk to the paralegals answering my questions to the one I have in my back, I couldn't ask for a better team of professionals.
From my first phone call to meeting Joe in person, I knew I was going to be in good hands.
Holly has a great practice, and her various experiences brings tons of knowledge to each of her clients.
Remember, who you hire matters.
Friday Night Rivals Trophies and Awards are brought to you by Northeast Trophies and Awards, supplying the Midlands trophies since 1976.
Welcome back. We're in the aftermath of the White Knoll 35-3 victory over Riverbluff here on homecoming night, folks. And all right, this time we want to take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Talk about it, Joe.
Well, you see it right here. Riverbluff still in the game at 21-3, but Asiki forces the fumble. You see it picked up almost 95 yards. What this fumble return is going to wind up being, we think 90-plus. Easy. Marquise Wynn goes the distance. They get the stop, they get the scoop, they get the score, and that really put the game out of reach for White Knoll.
Well done.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
That was awesome right there. And now let's talk about our player of the game, brought to you by Atkins Law Firm. Joe, who is it and what happened?
Well, Jace McKeever tonight just did it all for White Knoll, running the show for them offensively. Number one, he was 9 of 12, passing 119 yards. He threw for 3 touchdowns. Boy, you see that pass to Geronimo right there. Then he dumps off the screen pass in the second quarter after they get the big turnover. They're able to stick that in the end zone, and they go on to the big 35-3 win tonight.
Did a good job running the ball for some first downs as well. Number one, the junior quarterback. And with that said, Joe, time to go down. I believe it's time to check in with a jubilant bunch of White Knoll Timberwolves down there. And they're somewhere down in the bank down there with Claire Foley.
Coach, I know you had some frustrations at half, but your defense came up with some big sacks and kept Riverbluff out of the end zone. How happy are you with that side of things?
We could be extraordinarily great. We don't know how good we could be if we can just do things the right way. I don't know how, I don't know what we're going to do differently, but we have to understand that we have to control ourselves, control our emotions. The penalties led to them being in the game until the end. And, somehow we got to improve. Somehow we got to improve. We want to be state champions.
You're in a really strong region. What lessons do you hope your team walks away with after this game?
We're good. We're good. If we could just do it the way we asked them to do it and do it the right way, we're good. We're good in the kicking game. Braden's doing a great job. We're good on offense. We're good on defense. We have some senior leadership. We have great practices, but we've got to control ourselves during the game. If we do that, we can be great.
Well, hopefully this is some motivation for you. Our winners of this week's Sonic Friday Night Rivals, White Knoll.
Congratulations, White Knoll Timberwolves and Coach Nick Pelham. You're our winners tonight on our Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Thank you, Claire. Let's take some of our sponsors. Sonic, the title sponsor, then Stewart Law Offices, South Carolina Army National Guard, MUSC Health, Cameron Heating and Air, Atkins Law Firm, USC Sumter, Also, Jim Hudson Automotive, Michaelis Mattress, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Joy Law Firm, Lexington Medical Center, Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, Northeast Trophies and Awards. Folks, we have a special presentation on a Thursday next week, October 9th, Keithwood Hall at Ben Lippin. Skeezer action begins at 6:30, an hour earlier. Thursday, 6:30. Check us out on the FNR Game of the Week. For Joe Cashy, Claire Foley, I am Stacy Huff saying thanks for tuning in on the FNR Game of the Week. Have a great sports week. See you next week on the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. Good night.
What does MUSC Health mean to the Midlands? Here, you'll get innovative heart care. Here, you'll spend more time with a doctor. Here, you'll make real connections. Here, you'll benefit from groundbreaking research. Here, you'll have another chance at life. MUSC Health, changing what's possible here in the Midlands.